Welcome in, folks, to Bluegrass Sports Nation for live streaming coverage from the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, live from the Riverbank here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. A cat fight here in town between the Cougars of Letcher Central and the Bobcats, the hometown boys of Breathitt County. They'll be kicking it off here in about 12 minutes. I got my counterpart, Eric Collins, here to my left. Eric, good to be back home this week, and got a big contest here in front of us. I talked earlier this week with Kyle on the Kyle Moore show, and I got to tell you, um, they may be dressed in blue and white, and they may be the Cougars, and to me, it's still Whitesburg. You remember those days?
I sure do. I remember them well.
Anybody that's a Bobcat fan, you go back through the yearbooks and you go back through the annuals of Breathitt County football, and Breathitt County and Letcher or Whitesburg have always been a great rivalry. These two teams have met a lot of times, and always been a big matchup for us growing up in freshman and JV and the young guys. And it's good to have Letcher here tonight. And the Bobcats looking to avenge a loss up in Whitesburg last year. Actually, a lot of people thought they had the game won, and on the shoulders of Jonah Little, the Cougars came back and got a victory at home, and the Bobcats trying to avenge that here tonight. Great quarterback in Jonah Little, no longer with the Cougars. He's gone, graduated. But the Cougars, very impressive offense, Eric.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. They're a good-looking ball team. They look good out here during warm-ups. They've got some size. Looks like they've got some athletes on their team. Pretty good size roster. They've got a few more players on the team than the Bobcats do, so I don't know what effect that may have on the game because you can only have 11 on the field at once, but they're a good-looking team in pads. And what little bit of film I've got to watch, they've looked pretty good. They did the same thing that they did last year to us. Bobcats went up, I think, 20-0, and then pretty much got routed after that. So yeah, hopefully they've had a chance to look at the film and think about it and find a way to stop that quarterback run because it was effective last year. But just a word on Whitesburg. I remember playing down there a few times very well. I believe my first varsity start for the Bobcats was the first annual Letcher County Bowl, if I remember correctly. A lot of good memories.
Well, like you said, a lot of good memories. There's been some good times and some rough games with these cats. Before we go any further, and before we go to commercial break, I want to take just a moment and throw out the show to someone here tonight. We don't normally do this, but I want to dedicate tonight's show to Joyce and Gilbert Zier. We want to wish Gilbert all the best and keep him in our thoughts and prayers. We know he's a big Breathitt Bobcat fan, and usually he's tuned in watching. We hope he is tonight. And if he is, Gilbert, we want you to know you and Joyce both that tonight's broadcast goes out to you. Folks, we'll be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll take a quick commercial break and pay some bills, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants.
Boys play with some fire tonight. Say, Eric.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Lakeside Homes, located in Jackson, Kentucky, has been serving Breathitt and surrounding counties for over 27 years. They have new manufactured homes from Norris, Clayton, and Fleetwood, single wides, double wides, and also an assortment of quality used homes. Many financing options available, offering site prep, delivery, and setup for a no-hassle experience. To find your new home, visit them at 42 Jeffs Drive in Jackson or on the web at www.lakesidehomesjackson.com or call 606-666-7558.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
It's football season, and Rose Brothers is happy again to help sponsor the Breathitt Bobcats here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. When you're outfitting your athletes or need warm weather gear, visit us at Rose Brothers. Our Under Armour, Columbia, and Simply Southern outerwear are just what you need to keep the chill away. And see our athletic and active footwear for your whole family. And we offer no-fee layaway and free gift wrapping all year round. You can always see what's going on at Rose Brothers on the web at rosebros.com. Then come see us at Rose Brothers in Jackson and Batable.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Thanks to our executive producer, Ty Back, for bringing us back with a little music. Folks, we got some new toys up here to play with tonight, so we're really enjoying ourselves. Speaking of enjoying ourselves, it's going to be a one-of-a-kind broadcast because not very often do Eric and myself get to sit down beside of the Will Tom Collins. I introduced Will Tom here tonight. I think he got to join us for a game or two here last season. Will Tom, good to have you with us tonight, buddy.
It's good to be here, man. I love listening to you guys every time I get to tune in and watch the game on BSN. You guys do an absolutely phenomenal job, and I just get to enjoy sitting up here with you guys and watching football.
I'll tell you what, you talk about liking, listening to us, and there for a couple games, I used to like to turn on the UK game, and I just kind of listen in the background. And then when they say Collins on the carry, I'd have to run to the TV because I knew my boy had the ball in his hand here. So good to have you with us tonight. Letcher comes to town to take on the Bobcats. Eric and myself been talking a little bit about them. It's been a long time since this time last year when we were up there and had one taken away from us. They had a really good quarterback last year, and they've still got some offensive threats that we got to contain tonight. They got a freshman quarterback that can really hurt us. Some guys that he likes to throw to. And also a young man by the name of Isaac Matthews in the backfield that can really tear it up. You hear the cannon in the background, and the Bobcats come onto the field. We've already had the meeting at midfield with our team captains. But Will Tom, it's good to have you here, and it's always good to get another Bobcat brotherhood up here with us on the headset. And like I said a minute ago, some of the best commentary may be during the commercials tonight when everybody's not listening. But we're going to have a good time, folks. Stay tuned in to us. Got about 2 minutes before the game kicks off here at midfield, but I'll give Will Tom a few minutes. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on in your life, brother.
Well, I had the second little girl was born not that long ago, and she's up and running around all over the house and into everything, really bonking her head or throwing it out on the floor. So got that's changed the whole dynamic of everything. So getting used to that, and it's been a blessing, and just loving life and working and
tell the
football game I can watch.
Tell the folks watching. We was talking about your gig. Tell the folks watching what you do now for a living.
Now I'm working at a Cincinnati cargo company. We flying 767s, flying boxes around. So getting to do that has been a blessing, and fortunate to get to have that opportunity. So
big plane makes you feel like a little guy.
I tell you what, first time I walked up to one, I couldn't believe how big it was. The tire hit me in the shoulder, and I said, "Oh, this is a whole different ball of wax." But
I'll tell you what, brother.
Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat stuff. Good to have you with us. Hey, how's it going, Shirley? Shirley Hounshill, #1 fan here back behind us, giving us a high five. Good to have you with us. We're getting ready to kick this thing off. 1:20. Eric, you got any last comments before we tee this one up?
No, not really. Just glad to have Will Tom with us here. It's neat to hear about his his career there. You like to see any of these young Bobcats be successful. So
yeah.
It's great to have him and great to hear what he's got going on in his life right now.
Well, Coach Shorty Combs out at the 45-yard line, getting his special team group ready to go. I believe we must have won a toss. Well, I don't know if we won the toss, but it looks like we're going to get the ball first. I believe that's the receiving team out there talking to Coach Combs right now. We've got about 30 seconds. We want to say thanks to all of our sponsors. We got a lot of people that make this happen every week, and we want to make sure we give them thanks. You'll hear more about them throughout the night, and we'll talk about them on some of our commercial breaks. But we really appreciate our sponsors always being on board. I think we got a couple new ones that my man Matt Hudson's been working with, and good to have all of our sponsors here, folks. We'll be sure to tell you more about them as the night goes on. And that is what we have. We got the receiving team out to our right with about 7 seconds before kickoff. You'll have looks like number 22, Isaac Wheels Turner, the young man doing a senior spotlight this week, doing a great job. Love that guy to death. And a young man, number 4, who, could you say he made the best of his time on the field last week, Eric?
I believe that's accurate.
As soon as the ball got in his hands, John Carter said, "Hey, watch this, guys." Finds a lane, makes a cut, shake and bake, off to the end zone. Kickoff from Letcher is a pooch kick, and they're going to be picked up at midfield by Jason Tolson. Picked up around the 40, and he'll get up to about the 45 before he's brought down. If that's the kickoff team for Letcher, you don't expect a lot of long kicks the rest of the night. We'll see what they do later on in the game, but that was just a short pooch kick, maybe trying to catch the Cats off guard early.
Yeah, it looks like it did, and fortunately the Cats were prepared for it, able to get on the ball. I'm not sure what I think about that, Rob. I like to kick it off and try and pin an offense back, but there's a lot of teams doing that nowadays.
I like to stick them in the end zone, brother, and make them come out to the 20 if you don't pin them back in there about the 10. Offense getting set for the Cats. We're in the wishbone. Stacy going to go under center. Starting out the run, Stacy will turn. He'll give to Gibson. Gibson going to pick up maybe 2 or 3. Good hard run by Jake and Gibson.
That's a nice initial push there by the Bobcat offensive line. I'd like to see him get going early here tonight.
Well, last week, Eric, they were real successful at Hazard running the ball, and actually came out in the Wildcats start things off. Coach Moore trying to make a statement, get back in the wishbone. Good mountain football. You take about 2 teams lining up, Letcher and Breathitt County, and a team in the wishbone running the ball. Here we go. Stacy under center again. He'll turn and gives to Gibson again, and a good hard push right up the middle for Gibson, as he's just going to be a couple yards short of the first down marker.
Yeah, nice tough running by Gibson, Rob. Young man always runs with power. He's a physical runner, looking for contact. Not been able to break a lot of plays, but he gets all that's there when he does get the ball.
You got to love a back that likes contact, don't you, Will Tom?
There's nothing better.
Nothing better. Stacy under center. Sperry's the far receiver. Stacy will turn this time, give to Corey Combs. Corey will drive forward, pick up with a first down and a couple more. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. That time the Bobcats move the chains with the wishbone on the shoulders of Corey Combs as he'll push it forward. The ball now going to be sitting on the 44-yard line over into Cougar territory.
Talk about running with power and locking contact. Corey was hit before he ever got to the line of scrimmage and still able to pick up the first down.
Yep. Good push up front right now for the linemen. See how they continue to win the battle up front. Give this time again to Combs, and Combs still on his feet. One of the Cougars had his jersey, I believe, and he's trying to get away from him. Another good pickup up to about the 39. We'll see where they mark it at. Just shy of the 39-yard line.
Rob, you were exactly right. Or Eric, I believe you were talking about the push the offensive line starting off with. On top of that, also, the lead backs coming through the holes are getting really good blocks. They look really good up front.
I'll tell you what, that's real important. You talk about the lead block. That back coming through in front of whoever gets the ball, man, that's just as important as the lineman. This time the ball goes to Gibson. Gibson lowers his head. I think that time he may have run into Corey Combs, the lead blocker. And Gibby bounces off. Jaden able to move it up maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, number 80 for the Cougars there got some good penetration, but ball carrier able to keep his feet moving and make something positive out of it.
Ball up to the 37-yard line. It'll be third and 5 for the Cats. Offense stays in the wishbone. Sperry comes over in front of us now on the left side. Stacy under center waiting on the snap. Maybe trying to draw the Cougars off sides as he takes a second to check with Coach Moore. Cougars playing some disciplined defense, and we'll get a timeout here on the Breathitt County sideline. We'll keep it here. First timeout of the half for the Cats. 9:10 to go here in the first. 0-0. Cats with the ball on the 37. Yeah, you got to love a back, Will Tom, that likes the contact. I would think you probably were one of the best at that, and I think you did a little bit of that at the University of Kentucky too.
Well, you have to work with what God gave you. And if he didn't give you a lot of speed, you got to go with what he did give you. One of the things that you bring up when you bring up backs that like to enjoy contact, a lot of that's just want to.
Yeah,
it's got nothing really to do with any kind of skill. It's just
desire.
But it's a really good tool to have in the bag if you got it, because a play that's maybe not actually there still turns into a positive play if you can fall for 2 or 3 yards. And that's what the guys have been doing so far here out of this wishbone. It's a great set. And the guys they've got running it right now, it fits them perfect.
It does. It really does.
I thought he was talking about linemen there for a second when he was talking about want to.
Hey, I always said if those guys are going to block as hard as I know they are, I want to give them everything I got.
Oh,
I think that's what those guys are doing right now.
We've got a good group up front. And I tell you what, these guys got some size. I think they just need a little vote of confidence. Stacy under center. He'll sit back. Quick pass. Brady Tincher over the middle. Tincher still on his feet. The senior drives forward, and he's finally brought down past the 5-yard line. Tincher comes in from the tight end position. That's the thing that you love about the wishbone, too. You get the defense biting on the run inside, biting in between the tackles. Oops, there's a tight end breaking open in the middle.
Yeah, perfect timing for that play call by Coach Moore. Letcher Central's, thinks they're going to come out and run it, try and pick up that first down and throw it right over the top. Big play for the Bobcats.
People's Bank of Jackson first down. Congratulations to Tincher. Stacy this time will turn and give out of the wishbone again, and that is Gibson. Jaden back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think he picked up a yard. It's going to be, they're saying gain of 2, but it didn't look like it to me. Ball still sitting right around the 3.5, 4-yard line. 8:30 to go. Cats threatening, knocking on the door. Let's see if Letcher Central can tighten up the belt a little bit. Stacy, he'll turn, give to Combs. Combs lowers the shoulder and takes it to the house. That is a go time and Steak and Shake. Scoring play for the Bobcats. As Corey Combs drives that one home. So the wishbone offense proven successful for the Cats. Good, a good use of the clock too. Is 8:18 now on the clock for the Cats. Almost used 4 minutes going down the field.
Yeah, great drive there for the Bobcats. Use up some time, kind of impose your will, give a different look to this Cougar ball club, and they've had to prepare for this and the spread because they don't know what they're going to get the next time the Bobcats get the ball.
Yeah, you gotta mix things up. I tell you what, it's really hard from a scouting standpoint to know what the Cats are going to come out and do. Last week they surprised us with that Wildcat first play of the game. No surprise, Braxton Terry onto the field for the extra point as he kicked that one through. That'll make it 7-0. Braxton's been working hard on the field goals and on the extra points here lately. He told me the other day he'd got his first kick during practice on the kickoff into the end zone. So been working on that leg, and first extra point of the night is good. 7-0 Bobcats, 8:18 to go. Cats will come onto the field now as Coach Combs coaches them up and gets them ready to tee this one off.
Well, hopefully that's the first extra point of the meeting tonight, Rob.
Yeah, we hope so. Fumble on the ink pen. So we got the Terry and Gibson show back up for the kickoff here for the Bobcats. We've seen this before. One man will set down the ball, and the other team really doesn't know who's going to kick this one off. Terry this time will put the boot to it. And that is a great kick, going to be fielded back around the 5-yard line. Be picked up by the Cougars, number 2, right up the middle. And he'll be brought down finally by, I think, number 20. I think Braden Barnett was in there first. Eli Crisp also in on the tackle. Braden Barnett.
Rob, you really got to give a good word to the special teams units of the Bobcats. They really have been playing well so far this year.
Yeah, we got a flag out at midfield. I didn't see what it was, but the number 2, Gavin Brown, moving up the field for the Cougars. He'll bring it up around the 26, 27-yard line and blocking the back, maybe.
He didn't give the signal. He just said personal foul.
Personal foul. So personal foul against the Cougars. So Letcher Central starts things off with a penalty. The People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars will take place around the 14-yard line, if I'm looking at it correctly. That's 13, ball on the 13, I believe. So the Cougars come out, and they're in the spread. Freshman quarterback, Gunnar Holbrook. Very similar to Jonah Little last year's. This first play from the line of scrimmage as he will step off and hand it off. And a young man breaks containment around the right side. Number 11 finally brought down around the 39-yard line out of bounds. And that's what they look to do. He was very patient with the run. That is Isaac Matthews on the carry.
Very patient carry. It was a really good job. He hit it up inside and waited, and then he bounced it out. Breathitt County had good positioning, but he was very patient and waited on that hole to open up.
Yeah. I don't think I got the right, pretty sure that was the right number. I think he's wearing 2 different jerseys. He's got a 11 on tonight. I believe that's Matthews. I'll double check. So empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left for Holbrook. He'll sit, throw the screenplay over to number 18. And 18 breaks containment, and he's out for another first down. That is Brett Smith, one of the young men I told you about early on. Eric Smith and Quentin Williams, 2 of the young guys that Holbrook likes to throw to. And that'll be another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars. People's Bank ready to help you reach your dreams.
Yeah, 2 plays here for the Cougars and 2 first downs. This offense looks like they're firing on all cylinders early in the ballgame.
There's some big guys up front, too. Back behind Holbrook is Matthews, and Holbrook will turn and give to him. That time, Braxton Terry on the tackle for a loss as he tracks down Matthews in a hurry.
Yeah, great penetration by Terry, able to get him for about
loss of about 2, I believe. Got close to the line of scrimmage. It's Terry with his first tackle of the night, starting things off good. Cougars, 2 receivers here in front of us. Bobcats showing blitz. And this time the option is going to be given to number 10, and that is Quentin Williams. And Holbrook very patiently that time in the option as he makes the pitch to Williams. Williams brings it around the right side. And that'll bring up another People's Bank of Jackson. First down for the Cougars as they continue to move the ball now on the 45-yard line of the Bobcats.
Yeah, this Bobcat defense, they're playing aggressive and fast like they did last week, Rob, but the edge defender got sucked down inside there and opened up the outside there for the Cougars.
Holbrook directing traffic. He'll put Williams up at the line, now in motion. Takes a snap and fold out to his left. Throws it deep. Fans in the line in front of us wanted a holding call. Pass was incomplete. 6:17 on the clock. Cats up 7-0 over the Cougars.
That was good penetration by Terry again on that play. He's doing a really good job getting off of blocks up front. Unfortunately, the quarterback is pretty quick on his feet.
It really is. He's a freshman, and I tell you what, I think he's going to make a believer out of a lot of people this year. I really liked Jonah Little that played for the Cougars last year. I tell you what, Gunnar Holbrook shades of Jonah right here on the field tonight. It's very similar in stature and very similar in their actions on the field. Give up the middle, and that'll be Matthews. Just a little delayed give, put a man in motion, make everybody look to him, and give it to Matthews right up the middle. Great blocking by the front lineman, offensive lineman of the Cougars.
Yeah, good execution on this drive by the Cougars, especially up front. Offensive line is playing really well for them right now.
Yep. That'll bring up third and about 4 for the Cougars. Ball on the 38-yard line. 5:45 now to go in the first. Holbrook and Matthews just to his right. One receiver each side. Williams again in motion. Give to Matthews. Tincher able to slow him down, and there are a number of Bobcats there. Terry and Kylan Combs in on the tackle for the Cats as they didn't bite that time. They we talk about assignment and alignment a lot on defense, and you've seen it right there. Tincher right there to slow the man down. Tincher almost on the tackle.
Just like Eric said a second ago, where the outside man got sucked in at that pitch, did a great job staying outside and springing that play out.
4:58, 7-0 Cats. Cougars going back to work. 4th and long. Going for it. Cats showing blitz. Tolson backs back out. Holbrook will look to the sideline for the Cougars. Williams again in motion. Holbrook sets back, throws to his right. Hit as he throws. Almost intercepted by Kylan Combs. That time, Braylon Thomas putting the heat on Holbrook. I told Eric earlier tonight, if we put a little heat on the young quarterback, we might see a different ball game than last year. That time, the freshman on our side making the difference.
Yeah,
there's big Braylon Thomas coming out of that nose guard position. I tell you what, one of the strongest players on the team and could be one of the strongest freshmen to ever play for the Bobcats.
Yeah, he had a real good game last week. He was difficult for Hazard to block, and proven so for the Cougars tonight.
So a turnover on downs. Cats defense stands strong on that first possession, 4:34. That's something you want to see, and we see it early from the Cats. Stacy now back in the spread. Wheels goes in motion. Pitch inside. Little draw play to Gibson. Gibson going to pick up about 6 on that one. I like how they did that. I actually thought with Wheels going in motion like last week, he was going to get the ball.
You know, I really like the creativity by Coach Moore the last couple of weeks. He's really mixing up his personnel and his alignments and things, formations, and, putting his kids in a position to make plays.
Yep. Stacy again in the spread. He'll have Gibson and Isaac Wheels Turner in the backfield with him right now. I wanted to make mention, too, that Caden Bowling on the sideline, folks, tonight for the Bobcats, dressed and ready to go in, was also one of the team captains. Give to Isaac in the backfield. Isaac dances, and Cougar comes up and makes a good tackle right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and about 3. Isaac was looking to make a move, and a young man that obviously got off the block and then makes the tackle on Wheels. Ball on the right at the 50-yard line.
There's a lot of risky occupations. Making a move at the line of scrimmage is one of the higher ones.
Yeah. You would know all about risky occupations.
To go back one play before that, just to brag on the offensive line again, the puller on that shuffle pass had a really good block. They're really doing a good job getting on their blocks.
Stacy again. He'll give inside to Gibson. Gibson bounces off the tackle. He's got some room. Alley up the middle. Two Cougars chase him down, but not after. The People's Bank of Jackson first down for Jaden. Gibby Gibson, number 9, moving it down the field. Big pickup that time as he bounced off his blocks up inside and bounced it off to the left and found a nice little stretch of grass to move the ball for the Cats.
Yeah, picked up a few good downfield blocks there by some of his teammates. Help open it up there for the nice game.
So they're really shading hard over top of Sperry with that safety. I believe it'll open the field up more for maybe some other receivers.
I think you're right. Stacy waiting on the snap. He'll turn again, give to Gibson. Gibson up inside. Another good block. And another big pickup. Still on his feet. Finally brought down. Just past the 20 up to about the 18-yard line. We've been looking for this Jaden Gibson this year. He has arrived, Eric.
Yeah, he showed up and ready to play here tonight. Doing very well so far for the Bobcats.
Playing with some emotion on these 2 first down pickups for Gibson.
Yeah, like I think we've all 3 mentioned it so far. This offensive line, they're playing really well so far here tonight. Open up some holes. And, time for the quarterback when he does step back to pass. Hope they can keep that up throughout the ball game.
Stacy waiting on the snap. 2 receivers to the far side. Sperry right here in front of us to the left. Give again to Gibson. Gibson tries to get a block. And will be tangled up and brought down right around the little close to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss.
Yeah, offensive line not able to get much of a push right there. The Cougars read that well and responded.
Ball spotted back at the 15-yard line now. Caden in the game, bowling beside of Stacy just to his right. Stacy fakes to bowling, looks. He'll throw the short pass over to an open Corey Combs. Corey lowers the shoulder and takes it to the house. That is another scoring drive for the Cats. That is a go time. Scoring play for the Bobcats. Go time. Refresh, refill, and refuel. 8 great locations to keep you on the go.
Rob, these Bobcats look like they're picking up where they left off last week. Right now, offense, defense, special teams, everything's clicking.
Got a full head of steam, brother, coming into this one. Terry on the field again with 1:17 on the clock, trying for his second extra point. It's up and no good. Just off to the right, I believe. Had the height and had the distance, but just off to the right. Aiming at that Mike Holcomb maybe a little too much on that scoreboard instead of the upright. So Terry up short on the second one. He'll get a kind word from Shorty Combs on the sideline. 13-0 now. 1:17 left in the first. But thanks again to our sponsors. We've not took much time to talk about them here tonight. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department. Law office of Darrell Harold with over 30 years of taking care of the legal needs of Jackson and Breathitt County. Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home for CarQuest Auto Parts here on Highway 15. Southern Woods Heating and Air for all your heating and cooling needs. No job too big or too small. So the Cats strike early twice, Eric, here in the first quarter, 13-0. I've got to keep thinking, guys, from watching the film. I was telling Eric earlier, Will Tom, this Letcher bunch really lit the field up against Wise, Virginia. They went over in Virginia and played, and I tell you what, it looked like a totally different ball club right now. They were all over the field offensively. First play from the line of scrimmage, they threw a nice little out route, and the young man took it to the house. So they can strike at any time. A lot of football left in this one for the Cougars. This time, Gibby Gibson going to pooch it, and it's going to be picked up by the Bobcats. Eli Crisp on the pooch kick, the onside kick by Gibson, and Eli Crisp covers it up at the 50. So the Bobcats come up big with an onside kick. That's what they do with Terry and Gibson. You think Terry's going to kick it off, and Gibson gives the pooch. Eli Crisp, Johnny on the spot, man right there to pick it up here tonight. Bobcats back in business on the 50.
With great awareness by the Bobcats there to make sure they didn't touch it before it went 10 yards. Really sports
Really
savvy
smart,
here.
yes.
Yeah, good point.
Big Evan Miller, center, pointing out some directions. They checked their bands. Offense ready to go. Back in the spread. I believe that is Bowling again over to the right. And Stacy going to pitch to Bowling. Bowling out of bounds on the Letcher sideline after a pickup of about 5. So 2nd and 5 for the Cats. Good run for Caden. First touch tonight after an injury and after him being off a few weeks. Good to see him on the field.
Yeah, it sure is good to see Caden back out there. Good to see him get some positive yardage on his first carry.
Well, as Will Tom mentioned, he brings a little bit of a different wrinkle to the offense. We pick up a little speed in the backfield when we put Caden in.
He has that little extra step, right there on that play you even saw where he was able to open up and pick up a good 5 yards.
1:09 to go in the first. Going to turn and a little end around for Isaac Wills Turner. We got a flag in the backfield. Isaac's on the sideline saying, look at this. See you later. And he'll be shoved out of bounds, I believe. But we got a flag. We got a flag back here in the backfield right around the line. I'm thinking they're probably going to be holding. That'll probably bring that one back. And the white hat, Mr. Baker at midfield, does confirm what we thought, holding on the Cats. And that'll bring that one back. Just a test fire of the cannon. That's what that was for. Make sure the powder was dry. So the Bobcats back it up. And they will be spotted on the 45-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Cats.
The play didn't work out, but just to touch on Eric's point again, he was spot on. Coach Moore's play calling has been very creative and really fun to watch.
Yeah, it has been, especially in this first quarter. Some of the best play calling we've seen all year. Stacy will put John Carter Holland in motion. He'll come set up, get a zip code beside of him, and he'll get the ball around the right side. Tries to bounce off a blocker, but he'll be tackled for a loss. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
See where they spotted.
Holland didn't have a seam to get up in right there, but it only takes a small seam, and John Carter can be gone.
So a pickup of about 2. So he did get past the line of scrimmage. This vantage point's a little hard to see, especially when they're all balled up. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Cats up 13-0. Ball on the 47-yard line. Offense gets set with about 20 seconds. 3 receivers here in front of us. Sperry is the far receiver. Stacy will sit back, looks down the field. He's got plenty of time. Throws over to the right for Sperry, left for Sperry, and just out of reach will go incomplete.
Is that the first target for Sperry today?
I think that's the first pass we've seen intended for Sperry tonight. And he had a few steps on his man. If he'd have got to the ball, he'd have been gone.
Yeah.
Thanks again to our sponsors, Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you've been injured, Dr. Howard can help. Breathitt County Automotive, formerly Breathitt County Tire, new owner Dustin Kilburn. Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts. They will get you back into the action. And Rose Brothers Department Store located in Jackson and Bateville. So the punt team on for the Cats. Terry puts the boot to it. A high, great punt by Terry. It'll fall around the 20 and be picked up at the 15. Couple of missed tackles, and they finally get him down right around the 24-yard line. Looked like he was going to have some room to run. The horn that you hear behind us means the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break here with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5502.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Folks, we are back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, here on the Riverbank at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Cats over the Cougars, 13-0 right now to start the second quarter. Ball on the 29-yard line. Cougars with decent field position to start off. Holbrook with one receiver or one back to each side. And he'll give in the backfield. That is a new running back. I believe that is Howard. Yep, Garrett Howard. That was the young man that I thought did a real good job on the kickoff return on one of the films I watched on Huddle this week. So Howard gets his turn in the backfield, picks up about 6 yards for the Cougars. Be 2nd and 4. Ball up just on the other side of the 30 now. Holbrook ready to go to work. He'll put Williams in motion again. And he'll roll out to his right, look back to the left, throw across the middle of the field, tipped, and it'll fall incomplete. Isaac Wills Turner went up for it. And the intended receiver, I believe, was Smith, one of his favorite receivers. Bobcats, not bad coverage that time either, guys.
No, well played by Wills there. He read it. He was right there. I think he maybe mistimed his jump just a little bit, or he might have come down with that.
Have you noticed this throw on this kid? Holbrook putting a little sidearm English on the ball.
He's got a good arm.
He does. His football IQ right now is impressive to me to be a freshman. 3 receivers far side of the field. He'll turn, throw a little screen pass. Receiver cuts it back in, finds an opening, and finally brought down. That is Gavin Brown. And that time, the Cougars will get a People's Bank of Jackson first down. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. Cougars move the chains up to about the 43-yard line. Oh, my bad. It's about the 38. I got glasses on, guys. They just don't work sometimes. Again, give in the backfield, and that is Howard again with a big pickup. So the Cougars may have found something in Garrett Howard. Howard in the backfield, really going to work for Letcher Central. That'll be another People's Bank first down for the Cougars.
The Bobcats blitz there, which is it's taking a risk, and oftentimes it pays off. That time I think it bit them a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, good vision by the ball carrier there to see that and able to give a little side step and get up inside, make something positive.
Holbrook waiting on the snap. He'll turn, give up inside, and that is number 11. That's Matthews. Matthews rumbles forward, picks up about 6 yards. Matthews is a good hard running back too. They use him in a lot of different offensive sets, and I know there's not a doubt in my mind the kid could probably play quarterback for this team. I've seen him all over the field against in that Wise game. This time he'll be the back just to the left of Holbrook. Holbrook waiting on the snap. He'll take it, give to Matthews inside. Matthews will dance, finds an alley, picks up a first down and more for the Cougars.
Yeah, well, a lot of the running plays here the Cougars are running are kind of slow developing.
Yeah.
And they're using this aggressiveness and the penetration of the Bobcats against them. Their backs are doing a good job of, using their vision and getting up to the hole and making something positive.
He's not a real tall back. So, I mean, is that a feeling you get from your blockers that you just know where to go?
It's just something the ball carriers naturally have, and it's kind of hard to describe. Some guys have that patience.
Right, patience. Holbrook give to Williams again as he'll bounce around. Still on his feet, finally brought down just past the line of scrimmage. 2nd and about 9. I thought he picked up one.
You know, Rob, to touch on your question just a little bit more, one thing that definitely is a feel is how the game's going.
Yeah.
You know, if you're dealing with like Eric said, the aggressive defenses give you that option. If they're staying back more, you kind of have to change it up and slam it a little bit.
Right. Empty backfield now for Holbrook. 3 receivers here in front of us. Holbrook fakes the pass, is overthrown. He faked the little screen pass, little pump fake, and he goes down the field.
It's well covered by the Bobcats downfield.
Just overthrew, I believe that's Johnson, I believe was the intended receiver. Yeah. Kobe Johnson, the intended receiver. Pass was overthrown by Holbrook. I tell you what, Holbrook's been pretty accurate. We were watching him in warmups, and it's really impressive. But that time he overthrows. Pass goes incomplete. Be 3rd and 8 for the Cougars.
Probably a blessing in disguise. It was good coverage on the Bobcats' part. Sometimes the overthrow actually works out better for you.
True. 25-yard line for the Cougars. Cats showing blitz. And Holbrook will look to the sideline, and we'll have a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation after this commercial.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
We're back. 8:34 to go here before the half. Cats over the Cougars 13-0. It's 3rd and 8. Ball on the 25-yard line. Cougars call a timeout. We got to think that Coach Matthews liking his odds right now from the 25 as they've been able to move the ball down the field offensively with Matthews and Howard. You've seen Holbrook go to the air that time unsuccessful. What do you think he's drawing up in the huddle, Eric?
Well, it's 3rd and long. It's a
ball on the hash too, so the wide side of the field here in front of us.
Yeah, I mean the conventional thought would be you got to put it in the air right here, but he might have some trickeration here for him. We don't know.
Empty backfield for Gunnar Holbrook. He'll sit back, roll to his right. Short throw, incomplete. Intended for number 2. That is Gavin Brown. I said short throw, but it would have been enough to pick up the first down if he'd have caught the pass. But it will fall incomplete. 4th down and 8. 8:30 to go before the half.
It's an interesting call into the short side of the field, I feel.
Yeah. Automatic, I would have, well, I'm not the coach, but.
Yeah, not a lot of room to work with in a situation like that. You got 2 or 3 receivers over there. You roll your quarterback that way. You're kind of closing things in.
3rd and 8, I probably would have given it to Will Tom. Holbrook puts Williams in motion. Matthews just to his left. He'll sit back, drops, throws towards the sideline. He's got a man over there, but it's overthrown again, out of bounds. So that pass is incomplete. Bobcats again with decent coverage. And that'll be a turnover on downs for the Cougars. The Cats will come out on offense on the 25 to take over.
Yeah, you said it there, Rob. Pretty good coverage by the Bobcats. Not giving him, an easy throw. Able to get a stop right there and get the Bobcats the ball back with 8:25 left in the first half.
Probably would be very evident if Eric and myself were the offensive coordinator instead of Coach Moore. We would definitely be running the ball instead of or Coach Matthews, either one of them.
They ran the ball down the field really well.
They did.
They went 3 straight passes, so the Bobcats were fortunate to stop that drive.
That's Sperry in the backfield now. Sperry will give to Gibson, I believe, and Jaden to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. Another wrinkle for the Cats as you see Austin Sperry back at quarterback. I don't see him, but I expect that, Dylan Stacy will be the far receiver now for the Cats over on the Letcher sideline.
Yeah, like you said, Rob, just another wrinkle for defenses have to prepare for because Sperry's a good athlete. He can do a lot of things from that spot.
A very versatile offense for Coach Moore. Combs comes in. He'll block for Sperry. Sperry tries to get it out around the side. Shakes still on his feet, but he falls at about the 31, 32-yard line.
It's a shame they couldn't have got a more of a seal block out here on the outside because Sperry, he's got the speed. If he can get to the corner and turn it up, he's make something happen with it.
Stacy will come out of the game. I thought maybe he was coming to be this receiver. He'll come out of the game. Sperry will stay in at quarterback. Isaac Wills Turner, receiver in front of us. Tincher and Holland to the far side of the field. Gibson is the back just to Sperry's left. Sperry waiting on the snap. He'll give to Gibson inside. Plenty of room to run. Picks up the first down up to about the 40. Another good hard run by Jaden. Picks up another People's Bank of Jackson first down. People's Bank working together to build success.
This Bobcat offensive line still looking good tonight, Rob. Open up holes for Gibson and Corey both when they get the ball.
I tell you what, there was a lot of room on the field to run right there in the line, doing their job up inside, tying those guys up. Gibson had a couple alleys to pick from, and that one he gets a first down. 6:53 to go here before the half. Sperry will give to Gibson again. Gibson going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage this time. He tries to get around the right side. Defensive line for the Cougars doing a good job.
Yeah, the backside linebacker did a real good job reading that and crashing down it, getting penetration there on the run play.
Sperry still in at quarterback. Gibson just to his right. Same set with receivers, Turner, Tincher, and Holland. Combs will be the wing back. Tries to draw the Cougars off sides. It doesn't work. This time Sperry gives to Gibson. Gibson finds another hole, and he'll pick up another first down, I believe. Let's see where they spot it at. Going to be real close. Another good hard run by Jaden.
Sperry's getting an extended little bit of time here at quarterback tonight, Rob.
Yeah, he is, and he's looking more comfortable back there too.
You know, you hear people talk all the time about players getting in a rhythm, and I think that you really are seeing Gibson getting in a rhythm here running the football.
I think so too. He's looking good. He's his vision tonight, and and the line is opening up some good holes for him.
Yes, they sure are.
Gibson will come off the field. Bowling comes into the game. Sperry calls for the snap, and he'll give to Bowling. Bowling with some room to run, and a couple of Cougars right on him that time. Almost looked like he was ready to make a move up inside, and a couple of Cougars there to make the tackle. One of them is Howard.
Yeah, Rob, the 34 Garrett Howard and 46 Kobe Johnson, the linebackers for the Cougars, are really both playing well. They're reading and reacting to the ball carrier really quick, able to get pick the way through the line and get a stop right there.
5:18 to go before the half. Sperry will come to the sideline. Stacy back in at quarterback. Same spread set. This time pitch inside to Combs. Plenty of room to run. He's got a blocker in front of him. Waylon Abner. And Corey will get a good pickup of yards that time. Not enough for a first down, but it'll be 3rd and short for the Cats.
You know, something that Will Tom mentioned there about players getting comfortable and kind of getting on a roll or something like that. That's one thing I really like to see about the Bobcats opening up in the wishbone, is that lets your offensive line do that, get comfortable, get some contact, and kind of settle into the ball game.
I think that's real important early. Spread set again for the Cats. 2 backs. Give to Combs. Combs up to about the 40-yard line, close to a first down. See where they spot it. Thanks again to our sponsors, PDQ Sales and Service, formerly Jackson Wholesale. Lakeside Homes, if you're looking for a new home, be sure and stop by Lakeside Homes. Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply for all your electrical, plumbing, heating, septic, and appliance parts. 4 minutes on the clock. We've got Jason Tolson and Gibson and Austin Sperry coming into the game. We've got a timeout on the field. Official timeout for a measurement.
That's right That's fortunate for the Bobcats right there because they had a little bit of confusion as what personnel package they wanted out on the field.
I think you're right. Thanks again to Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, great people who have your safety at heart. They remind you they've always been proud supporters of the Bobcats. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Breathitt County Farm Bureau with agents Chuck Price and Seth Holland. Farm Bureau is big on commitment and big on Kentucky, and Chuck and Seth remind you that they are big on Breathitt County. Appalachian Regional Healthcare, the healthcare system of Appalachia. The law offices of David A. Johnson with offices in Hazard and Jackson. If you've been injured, call David and his staff. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Jackson and Breathitt County. Big Blue Heating and Air. Give them a call for all of your HVAC needs. YPK Motorsports with locations in Jackson, Hazard, and Paintsville. And Double Quick. Sign up for Double Quick rewards today and earn 10 points per gallon of gas purchased and 20 points per dollar on most items in the store. Offense back onto the field in the wishbone for Stacy under center. Give to Gibson. Gibson lowers the shoulder and picks up the People's Bank of Jackson first down.
Nice push up front by the Bobcat offensive line. In a situation like that where it's 4th and inches or something, that'd be a good time to maybe put Corey Combs at under center and let him get a quarterback sneak or something.
That's true. Jaden Gibson reminds you that if you need a first down, give him the ball. His number's 9.
That's exactly right.
I like that, Eric. Let's put Corey in there and let him get a quarterback keep. Stacy waiting on the snap. He sits back, going to go deep down the field with a long ball. Got him. Had Holland back there, but it looked like the man that was going to pick it off was Brett Smith.
I really like that play design right there. They've been running the option, and they've been running that little I'm not sure what you call that draw play.
That shuffle pass.
Yeah, that was right off of that. But Cougars read it well. Nobody really opened downfield.
Cats getting ready to go back to work. We got John Carter, Holland, and Brady Tincher in front of us here to the right. Stacy. Austin Sperry back over in front of the Letcher sideline, single receiver. One back to each side of Stacy. He'll fake to Gibson. Roll out of there. Short throw back to Isaac Wills Turner, and he needs a block. And we got flags all over the field in the direction of Tincher, Williams, and number 6. I don't know if that flag's going to be thrown on Tincher. That was also Colton Stidham back there for the Cougars.
Not sure what they're going to call here for sure, but I know you can't block while the ball's in the air. I think Brady was going ahead and blocking before the ball actually had been caught.
That's a good call. That's the vicinity that it came in, and the flags hit the field right where Brady would have been blocking. So we wait on a face mask call on the Cats and also a personal foul on the Cougars. So they'd be offsetting penalties. 2nd and 10, ball on the 36-yard line. So it must have been a face mask that they called on us. It must have been Brady maybe back here away from the ball. Cougars getting some personnel moved around. Cats getting set to go. Gibson just to the right of Stacy. He'll fake to Gibson. Throw to his right. Oh, and the ball came out. Tincher had the reception as he was going to the ground, and the ball just pops out. Tincher made a great catch last week over the middle into the end zone up at Hazard. That time,
great throw by Stacy.
Yeah, it was.
Right,
yeah, it was a good pass. Tincher just not able to come up with that one. And it'll fall incomplete, 13-0 here. 3 minutes to go before the half. Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex doesn't get much better than Letcher Central Cougars and the Breathitt Bobcats on a Friday night. Got some nice, cool fall weather. I didn't even do the BSN forecast before the game. Temperature's going to be kind of cool here tonight. Give inside to Gibson. He gets a block. Fights up inside. Past Corey Combs, who was getting the block, and Gibson Not enough for the first down. It'll be close.
Looked like the Cougars might have brought a blitz or something there off the edge and resulted in a pretty good hole there for Gibson. But
Coach Moore talked about it Wednesday night in a Kyle Moore show about both of these teams having aggressive defenses. And sometimes that pays off for you and sometimes it doesn't. And I think in each instance here tonight, we've seen where the backs being patient, they've been able to get past the blitz once the blocker's able to pick up that guy. Stacy with Combs and Gibson both to his right, and we'll get a timeout, I believe, over here on the Bobcat sideline. We'll take a break here. 2:20 to go. We'll take a break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
We're back after a short timeout. 2:20 here to go before the half. Cats still up 13-0. A lot of football left in this one. If you're Coach Matthews over on the sideline, you're probably already thinking about what you're going to tell your guys at halftime, but they definitely got a shot in this one. Cats came out early on fire offensively, still moving the ball well and doing a great job. But, maybe the momentum has slowed down a little bit for them. Letcher Central doing a little bit better job on defense. As you see Stacy back at quarterback, Sperry will be the far receiver. Back in the spread now for the Cats, Tincher and Holland, receivers on the right side. Stacy gets set. Here's a snap from Miller. Stacy will roll out, pitch it over to Holland. Holland got a couple guys to beat, and he'll be chased out of bounds. And a loss on that play.
And we were just talking about trying to get the ball to some of those fast guys on the perimeter, and looks like that's what Coach Moore tried to do, but it was, read well and defense well by the Cougars.
You got your channel on your headphones turned on to the Cats headset too. I must have been listening to you on that one.
I don't think they want to listen to me. They got smarter guys down there calling the plays.
So turnover on downs for the Cats. It'll be a People's Bank of Jackson. First down for the Cougars as they'll take over around the 34-yard line. Defense comes out. Ogun's in there at the nose tackle. Terry and Waylon Abner at the tackles. Look for something big from Abner on defense. Gunnar Holbrook has broke free for the Cougars going down the sideline, and he's trying to get a block. He does. Chased down from behind. I believe that was Kylan Combs able to bring him down. Gunnar Holbrook that time comes out of nowhere, springs over to the right side down the sideline. People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars, and they're knocking on the door.
Rob, that's one of the plays that hurt the Bobcats last year.
Yep.
They get to that runner, then the quarterback go right up in the hole behind him. Got to say, though, the Bobcats stayed with the play, able to run him down and prevent the score.
Ball on about the 12-yard line. Holbrook this time waiting on the snap. Here again, we put Williams in motion. They'll give it to Matthews. Matthews dances around inside, still on his feet. And the ball came out. We got people showing signs in both directions, as you would expect. The ball came out from Matthews as he was dancing around. I don't see. Yeah. Official timeout now. So the second down for the Cougars. Cats thought they may have came up with a fumble. So a minute and 23 to go before the half. Special thanks again to our sponsors, People's Bank of Jackson, Go Time, Steak and Shake, Jackson Physical Therapy, Rose Brothers Department Store, PDQ Sales and Service, Lakeside Homes, Jackson Electric, Family Pharmacy, Variety Pizza, Hometown Pharmacy, Breathitt County Farm Bureau, ARH, the law offices of David A. Johnson, Citizens Bank and Trust, Big Blue Heating and Air, YPK Motorsports, and Double Quick. Well, the ball is on the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal to go. I think. Is that where they 2nd and 7? Okay, 2nd and 7, ball on the 9. Appreciate that tie back. I didn't see the marker. So now we got
It was a very lengthy officials timeout.
yeah, and then we got another stoppage for a shoe tying demonstration.
That's teamwork right there.
It is teamwork. He's tying it in a triple right now.
That's right. We won't even get that shoe off after the game.
So the Cougars pull up the huddle here on about the 15-yard line. Ball on the 9, 2nd and 7. So, I mean, we witnessed the Cougars throw the ball up close to this area 3 times and come up empty on the last possession. Got to believe at this short yardage, looking at the end zone, that they're going to dial up Matthews. But you see big number 46 come into the game too. That was Kobe Johnson. And I think they've got they got Howard. I think they got Garrett Howard in there too right now.
Very confused on what they're doing.
It's taking a long time. I don't know. Half the team broke the huddle and the other half didn't. That's what I was getting ready to say.
This should be a great play by Letcher Central, I would say.
They're still waiting to call the huddle. I don't know what we're waiting on. Some of the players looking at the clock. And finally, we get a whistle from the referee. And Gunnar Holbrook set to go to work for the Cougars. Waiting on the snap. It's off. Yeah. False start on Matthews that time, as pretty evident. See him move forward.
In Matthews' defense, though, it throws off your rhythm with that 3.5-minute break.
Yeah, I mean, when it takes that long to call the play in the huddle, yeah, it throws your rhythm off.
That don't bother us, lineman.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just watched the ball. 1:23 left here before the half. 13-0 Cats over the Cougars. Cougars knocking on the door, trying to make something happen. They'll give the big number 46 up inside. He's still got the ball on his feet, finally brought down. They brought in a little muscle that time as they brought Johnson into the game. Set him up on the left side of Holbrook. We got another official time. No, this will be a Cougar. We'll keep it here and say thanks again to our sponsors. We got a few more here we need to mention. Jiffy Mart, Law Office of Darrell Harold, Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, Southern Woods Heating and Air, Breathitt Automotive, and Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. Once again, folks, thanks to all of our sponsors. We got Go Time and Steak and Shake and the People's Bank of Jackson as our game sponsors doing our scoring drives and first down plays. Thanks to all these businesses and local folks that help bring you this coverage. If you get a chance, stop by and patronize these businesses and tell them you heard about them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Coach Shorty Combs out talking to the referee, maybe trying to he's probably telling him what he did wrong, but I don't think it went very far.
No.
That never worked for me.
A lot of people talk about referee's eyesight. That might be a reason to talk about their hearing right there.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure he can hear Shorty.
1:31 on the clock. Once again, Holbrook put the man in motion. That was Williams, I believe. No, that was Smith.
Well played by Tincher on that. Got in the backfield, didn't let the runner get around him. Bobcats came and cleaned it up.
Tolson, Tincher, Terry, and a host of Bobcats come out of there on that one. So, again, at this point, the Cats have nullified the drive. And Letcher with another timeout, looking at 4th and 8. Knocking on the door still. They've had a hard time here inside the red zone, not able to punch it in.
That goes to show you never give up on a play.
Yeah, that's true.
The Bobcats, they were hustling down the field and able to prevent Holbrook from getting in, when he took off. It was a big play, but they prevented the score. And here if you get inside the red zone, everything gets a lot tighter. And the Bobcats have been able to hold them out here.
That's a great point. You're exactly right. I believe you said it was Kylan Combs that made that tackle on that long run.
Yeah.
If he had not, we'll see how the rest of the drive turns out, but that was a phenomenal play, just like Eric said. And look what it might end up doing for the team because he didn't give up on that play.
Right. Cougars still on the sideline. Oh, okay. How do you get those timeout extensions? Is that you put that in as a request early before the game? I need one of those minute and a half, maybe a two and a half.
Big play here for the Bobcat defense, guys.
Holbrook getting set. 2 receivers this side. He's going to sit back, look to the end zone. Got a man calling for it. And, oh, wow. Ball was tipped. And Quentin Williams with the one-handed catch into the end zone. Wow. Letcher Central fans just to our left celebrating with a little confetti. I wonder if they brought a broom.
I don't know. Now I know what it feels like to win the Super Bowl.
Hope I'm not allergic to that. 1:15 to go. The Cougars have found pay dirt, and the Cougars place kicker comes on.
Really was
Got to get that young lady's name. Emma Adams comes on to kick the extra point for the Cougars, and that'll make it 13-7, 1:15 to go. That time, Gunnar Holbrook sat back in the pocket, and the young man streaking across the field with his hand out. The ball intended for him. It was tipped by the defensive back of the Cats, and Quentin Williams, the man of the minute, if you will, Johnny on the spot, able to make the one-handed catch and falling into the end zone. So a great play from the Cougars, and that'll get their 7 points, 13-7. Still got a minute and 15 to go before the half. Bobcats come back on the field to go to work.
Yeah, like you just said, still a minute and 15, and in a ball game, that's a lot of time, especially with what John Carter was able to do last week. If he gets the ball on the seam, we could see, a big return right here possibly.
Well, he's definitely a threat back there, as well as Isaac Wheels Turner. As a kicker, like we talked about earlier, it may be safer to do the pooch kick than to kick it back there to one of these two guys, depending on the coverage team. This time, the ball will go down the field and it'll be picked up by Isaac Wheels Turner around the 25, 30-yard line. And he'll get up to about the 40.
Bobcats going to have good field position and a little over a minute to work with here.
Ball actually went right up the middle of the field, low kick, didn't have any air under it, and gets back to Isaac, and Wheels picks it up. Able to make a pretty good return. 10, 15 yards, got a minute and 8 seconds to go in the half, 13-7 Cats. And that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down from the 39-yard line. Cats in their own territory. Sperry now back at quarterback. He'll give to Gibson. Gibson slips and goes down, making the cut on the Bermuda grass, and slipped and fell right around. It's a loss of about 2 on the play. That mark it is loss of 1. 2nd and 11 for the Cats. Gibson just to the right of Sperry. Far receiver on the field is Stacy now. Good fake to Gibson, and Austin Sperry picks up the yards from the QB position. He says, let's get it running, get it running. We got to go, we got to go. I remember Waylon hollering, fire, fire, fire. Austin rushes them back to the line of scrimmage. Big People's Bank first down. Sperry going to roll out. Throw across the middle of the field. He's got Tincher. Picked off. And it's going to be picked off by number 13. And he's tackled immediately. Ball intended for Tencher. And Keyston Branham with the interception. Tencher looked to be skying up to catch that one, and
Yeah, ball hung in the air just a little too long. Defender able to come up and get under it.
Branham just able to make a play on the ball. He gets in front of Tencher and takes that one away. 15 seconds left. The Cougars with a little momentum. They take that one away on defense and the interception.
Yeah, Bobcats got to have some situational awareness right here. Make sure they don't let nobody behind them.
They can't afford a big play right now, that's for sure. 15 seconds before the half.
They are out of timeouts, which is
Yep. Holbrook comes out in the spread. He'll sit back in the pocket, throws. Open man on the sideline. Good tackle by Alex Strong right at the first down marker. And that'll be another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars.
Good job by Strong coming up there and making the tackle. Defense had good coverage down the field, forced the quarterback to hit the back out of the backfield.
Now we got an official timeout for the chain crew over there making a repair, maybe. I think the guy in the front took off and jerked the chain loose. So the defense gets set again. 8 seconds to go for Holbrook. Sitting back again. He looks to throw down the field, down the middle. Colin Combs makes a break on it. Isaac Wheels Turner tips it, and it will fall incomplete. Isaac making a grab on another one there. Almost his second interception for the night, but it'll fall incomplete. Sperry is going to come in for Alex Strong on defense now. Sperry will go to the Letcher side of the field and be the cornerback on that side. Cougars with 2 seconds to go here before the half. Coach Matthews and the Cougars hanging around in this one, 13-7. Trying to make something happen here before the half. And yes, they do get the ball when they come back out in the second half. Holbrook puts a man in motion. He'll give to him up inside now. And he's got away from one tackle, makes another man miss, and he goes out of bounds. Thanks in part to Colin Combs. And that was Brett Smith. Good carry, but he's pushed out of bounds. That'll bring us to the end of the first half. Cats up on the Cougars, 13-7. We'll be back after this commercial on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Lakeside Homes, located in Jackson, Kentucky, has been serving Breathitt and surrounding counties for over 27 years. They have new and manufactured homes from Norris, Clayton, and Fleetwood, single wides, double wides, and also an assortment of quality used homes. Many financing options available, offering site prep, delivery, and setup for a no-hassle experience. To find your new home, visit them at 42 Jets Drive in Jackson or on the web at www.lakesidehomesjackson.com or call 606-666-7558.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
It's football season, and Rose Brothers is happy again to help sponsor the Breathitt Bobcats here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. When you're outfitting your athletes or need warm weather gear, visit us at Rose Brothers. Our Under Armour, Columbia, and Simply Southern outerwear are just what you need to keep the chill away. And see our athletic and active footwear for your whole family. And we offer no-fee layaway and free gift wrapping all year round. You can always see what's going on at Rose Brothers on the web at rosebros.com. Then come see us at Rose Brothers in Jackson and Bateville.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza. Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5502.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sometimes I wonder if there's enough money that we could just stay live through the whole game and not have commercial breaks, and you guys just listen to everything we talk about. I think we could win some awards. I don't know if they have any, like streaming awards for, setups like ours, but I got to believe that, that commentary during the breaks is some of the best.
I'm not sure that's such a good idea, Rob.
We were just talking, folks. We've got about 10 minutes here in the halftime break. We've got ourselves a ball game, 13-7. A very dangerous position for the Bobcats, I think, because this Cougar offense is very powerful. They're versatile. They've got a lot of different weapons. We've seen quite a few of them here tonight. I actually seen a couple guys that maybe we didn't see in the backfield on the film. The Howard kid was returning the kickoffs. He comes into the backfield. It was number 46, big guy they brought in to bring in the first down.
Kobe Johnson.
Yeah, Kobe Johnson. Hey, he's got some size on him. I mean, that's who I'd be looking at on 4th and short or 3rd and short. But the Bobcats really need to come out in the third quarter and show out on defense, because you let this Cougar bunch hang around. You know what happens last year? Yeah. We let them right back in the ball game and lost that one up there at Whitesburg.
Yeah, the Bobcats, they need to keep their foot on the gas, so to speak, here tonight. They can't let up. They need to come out with guns blazing in the second half, really, because this Letcher Central team, like you said, they're versatile. They have a lot of weapons. They're able to put up a lot of points and do it in a hurry. So, very fortunate to be up 13-7 at halftime.
Yeah, we talk all the time about capitalizing on opportunities. And you said it, Will Tom. You get the recovery on the onside kick, and then you turn around and give it back to them with an interception. It's I know it's a game of inches, so to speak, but a team that can capitalize on the misfortunes is going to be the team that wins in a ball game like this. You don't want to turn around and give the ball back to them. It was a good pass. I think Tencher was there. The kid made a great play defensively to pick that one off. But you got, at some point you got to be the victor when it comes to capitalizing on stuff like that. You get the recovery. Let's go down the field, put it in the end zone. That might have been a different ball game. It's 21-0 at that point.
You bring up a great point. Football it's a long game, and a lot of times guys get caught up in the way things are going, and they go ahead and make that the deciding factor. And there's a lot of game left to be played. And I know Breathitt County started the game off as well as you really can. They come out, took the opening drive down, and scored a touchdown, and they hold them, and then they go down and score another touchdown. then they get an onside kick. And so if you're Letcher Central, right there, you can go ahead and say, look, this is over. But they weathered the storm, and even though every bit of momentum was in Breathitt County's side of the field, they took that momentum back. And really, I would say they probably won the second quarter as a whole. So now, just like Eric's saying, coming out of the second half, guns a-blazing, if you're Breathitt County and they've taken momentum from you and they've got it, you have to come out here and weather this onslaught that they're giving you and take the momentum back to your side again. And the fastest way to do that is exactly what you said. And that's to capitalize on your big moments and your big chances. Whatever team makes the most mistakes and or capitalizes in their opportunities the best, they usually do win the game.
And I think you brought up a good point a minute ago. I like to see the Cats come out in the wishbone like they did in the first quarter and walk the ball down the field, use up some clock, and go back in the end zone. That's going to be important for them. Third quarter, a very deciding factor in a ball game like this. We'll see who comes out with guns a-blazing like you guys talked about. Tie back. We got to have time for another commercial. We'll take another commercial break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We got to pay the bills. We'll be right back.
I'm going to use the restroom.
Call the professionals at Big Blue Heating and Air. Residential and commercial, we provide HVAC and refrigeration services, including installations, replacements, and repairs. Plus, we're available 24/7 for emergencies. With over a decade of experience, we provide honest, friendly, and dependable service. And you can relax knowing your family's comfort is our top priority. Serving Montgomery, Clark, Bath, Powell, and other neighboring counties. Big Blue Heating and Air. No job too big, no job too small.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life. YPK Motorsports is excited to help you experience the fun and adventure a quality Yamaha, Polaris, or Kawasaki vehicle can bring to your life. Now with 4 locations, YPK invites you to see our great selection of ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more. Come visit us in Jackson, Hazard, or Paintsville, or online at ypkmotorsports.com.
I started at Double Quick as an associate when I was still in high school, and I quickly realized that there was a career in front of me.
Whenever I was a store manager, I graduated college and I expected to leave about a year after graduation. I knew that this was a place that I could continue to grow, I could continue to be challenged both personally and professionally, and that's the reason that I'm still here today.
Start your career today at Double Quick.
Apply at doublequick.com and start your career today.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
We are back from the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex here in Jackson, Kentucky. The Bobcats of Breathitt County playing host to the Letcher Central Cougars. Bobcats up 13-7 now over the Cougars, and just talking during the halftime break, this Cougars team is very dangerous. It's not a team that you want to dance with, not somebody that teams a lot of times get accused of playing to the level of their competition.
Yeah.
And this Cougars team is not somebody that you want to dance with, somebody that you want to wait around on.
No, you don't want to let them hang around because they have a lot of weapons, and that can come back to bite you.
Yeah. I think Gunnar Holbrook as quarterback for this ball club as a freshman has done an excellent job. He doesn't look like a freshman. He doesn't have a freshman football IQ. He's really shown that he's got good vision on the field. He's been able to throw the ball well. He looks good in the pocket. He looks comfortable.
The only time that he didn't look real good is when they were in an obvious passing downs there toward the end of the half.
Yeah.
But he's had a good game so far. Had one real big run play. The Bobcats were fortunate enough to stop him before he got in the end zone, but they were able to capitalize on that anyhow. Young man's had a good game so far. Sorry, Rob, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we've seen him streak down the sideline too. He's got a good set of legs and able to get it out of there when he needs to.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say on the air we were talking about a moment ago was I like Will Thomas's comment about running backs needing to want it more sometimes.
Yeah,
the Bobcats need to want this game more. They've got two good wins on the record, but they've got a couple losses there but I think it would do a lot for this ball club and their confidence moving forward to win a close, tight game.
Yeah.
Sometimes that does something for you mentally, and kind of pushes you over the edge to stick in there when you face adversity. There's a Mike Holcomb word for you.
Yeah.
You're going to face adversity. You've got to face it and not back down or flinch. And the Bobcats, I'd like to see them hang in there and win a tight ball game tonight.
We haven't talked about that tonight, but before the game, Coach Holcomb was out at midfield talking to some of the Letcher staff, and good to see Coach Holcomb here tonight, as many folks know, and we will know. Holcomb built the dynasty here and went south on 15 and coached at Letcher for a while and was very successful up there at Letcher Central. So Coach Holcomb with a lot of friends and family in both vicinities on both of these ball clubs. And it was good to see him here tonight out at midfield.
Yeah, always good to see Coach around.
I'll tell you what, this Bobcat team, if they can weather this storm here after the kickoff return, as we know the Cougars will get the ball first. But as we talked about just a minute ago, if they can weather the storm and come back out and, get some things going, they had a good rhythm going at a couple different times. So we'll see what happens as they come back out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Moore does when he comes back out. He's going to come back out in the spread, or he's going to come back out in the wishbone and try to get things going like he did to start the ball game.
Yeah, I made that comment a minute ago, and I was just joking about it. You could tell the differences between probably a Coach Matthews or a Coach Moore and differences in their play calling than ours. I know we would always think like a lineman. Coach Moore in the first quarter, very creative with the play calling. Came out in some sets that maybe surprised the Cougars, but the Bobcats executed well. And that's something that we've not got to talk a lot about tonight, but the execution, the focus and the desire to want that play to get the first down and to go on and get to the end zone. And we've seen that tonight from from the Cats. They've executed very well in the first quarter. Defensively, not to take anything away from them. I think Letcher just had a little bit more success in the second quarter. Things went their way, and we've seen some penalties and so forth in the second quarter. So got about a minute and 15 seconds before the halftime period will be over. We got Stacy and Sperry out here at midfield for the Cats. Been throwing it up to some different receivers and taking turnabouts. Sperry out as receiver right now, but he was out here earlier making some throws. So, it's good to see Caden Bolin back on the field. He's down here talking to Coach Ryan Cox now, and it's good to see him back on the field. Good to see him getting some touches. It's good to see the camaraderie between Sperry and Stacy at quarterback. It's like, hey, my good buddy's coming at QB. I get to go play receiver a while. Yeah. You got to love that attitude. And Dylan and Austin doing a great job tonight. They did a great job at Hazard last week. And it's an interesting setup when you have two quarterbacks. It's an interesting setup, as we've seen at Hazard. You got two quarterbacks, and then you got Corey Combs running the Wildcat. So there's so many different wrinkles in this offense, very versatile. But I hope that the Cats come out and capitalize, and they make the best of their opportunities, because this Letcher Central team, very dangerous, as we talked about, Eric.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. You like to see that dynamic, that relationship between the players where, they're not jealous of each other, maybe getting some playing time, but they're supportive and they want what's best for the ball team overall.
So the horn sounds to our left there at the scoreboard. Letcher Central will be the return team as they'll get the ball here in the third quarter. Braxton Terry will jog onto the field and set up the kicking tee, and he'll kick it off for the Cats.
My dad always told me growing up, he said the biggest moments of a football game are the first 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. So
Amen.
Cats want to come out here and start off strong.
I know I love that guy. The third quarter, man, that's the difference in a lot of ball games. Like you said, first 4 minutes of the game, first 4 minutes of the second half. Gibby lined up. Looks like Jaden may kick this one. Terry steps in, puts the boot to it, and it sails back and going to roll into the end zone. So Terry with the touchback. I think somebody got their feet tangled up there. Looked like extracurricular, but I guess it's just some feet tangled up. Great kick that time by Terry. Pins them back, sends the ball into the end zone for the touchback. He must have had some Wheaties or spinach or something in there at halftime.
Teams that can put the ball in the end zone on kickoffs, it really is extremely underrated.
Yeah. It's got success wrote all over it. It means a lot for the rest of the team, especially the defense, when you got a good kicking game. So the Cougars come back onto the field to get started. And look, in the backfield is we got a different man taking the snap. Number 1,
Peyton Combs.
Peyton Combs takes the snap and takes it up the middle. And nothing wrong with Holbrook. I see him standing over on the sideline. I don't know how Peyton Combs got the draw for the third quarter quarterback here. They come onto the field and takes the first play for a first down for the Cougars. Holmes again. He'll keep it. Dances around. One tackle missed. He's up the sideline. Finally taken out of bounds. But after a steak and shake first down for the Cougars.
Combs has got some good size on him, and he's got some wheels, looks like.
Very quick out of the backfield as quarterback keeper again up the sideline. Cougars kind of showing off the threat at quarterback, bringing a new guy in, and Peyton Combs making a believer of the Bobcats real quick as he's picked up 2 first downs real quick. Combs again with Matthews just for him. He'll put Quentin Williams in motion, and he'll give to Williams. Braden Barnett there and Terry there for the tackle. Williams will pick up about 2 yards. Barnett got there first and slowed him down. So a good run defensively in there for Barnett as he chased him down to slow him down initially.
Yeah, good job by Barnett. He may not be able to bring the ball carrier down, but he did slow him down just enough for the rest of the Bobcats to get there.
Waylon Abner back at a D tackle now for the Cats. Terry looked like holding to me, but he'll be tackled by Tincher as Tincher tackled for a loss. Looked like Terry was going to get to him first, and Tincher right there to make the tackle. Ogans will come off, and Braylon Thomas will go in at D tackle.
That was a good job by Terry there, even though he didn't make the tackle. He got some mispenetration and he forced that runner to bounce it outside a little bit. And Tincher was doing a good job that outside contain.
Yeah, that's a good point, Will Tom. If you don't have that outside contain, the young man gets the sideline, and he's got a lot of running room left. But Combs still back there at the quarterback for the Cougars. Cats showing blitz. There's Tolson. Combs makes the fake, and he's dancing up inside. Makes a few people miss. Still on his feet. Still on his feet up around the 25. And he's brought down by Isaac Wills Turner at the 20. I think that was unintentional as Combs stood up and fell back down into Isaac Wills Turner. Combs all over the field as quarterback. That'll be another steak and shake first down for the Cougars of Letcher Central.
Yeah, he's definitely brought a spark to this offense. They started at the 20, and now they're on the other 20.
The young man coming in making some good use of his minutes as they'll give to Matthews, and Barnett going to tie up Matthews immediately as a tackle for a loss. 9:45 on the clock. Cougars now at the 25-yard line. Cats with a big defensive stop that time. Be second and long. Be third down. Oh, second and 15. Couldn't see the down marker for the referee there. I see the 2 now.
That was a huge play. The Cougars were really rolling on offense.
Stop some momentum. Receiver each side of the field for Combs. Matthews. Combs with the fake, still dancing around. Terry. Abner. Ball comes out. Ball on the ground, still on the ground, and the Cougars able to fall on it. Wow. Cougars dodged a bullet right there.
Ball was on the ground. Referee was on the ground. Everybody was on the ground.
I thought he was going to try to go after it there, covered up himself.
He showed some athleticism himself right there. Get out of the way.
So the Cats, again, defensively, able to make the ball come out. The Cougars looking at third and forever now. Ball on the 34-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 24. Bobcats really got to play this one safe. Real important 3rd down right here. Combs waiting on the snap. He'll sit back, rolls out to his right. Throws down the field. Got a man back there. Ball knocked down, incomplete. As Combs and Wesley Abner both going up for that one. And it'll go incomplete for the Cougars, and it'll bring up 4th and 24. Well, we got Gunnar Holbrook coming back into the game for the Cougars. The Cougars offensively, real productive on that series with Combs back in the backfield. We see Holbrook come back in now, 8:10 to go. Ball on the 34-yard line. Cougars with a long way to go. Sits back in the pocket. He's going to throw across the middle of the field, and it falls incomplete. 2 guys that were close were Isaac Wills Turner and Kylan Combs. That'll be a turnover on downs for the Cougars, and the Bobcats dodge a bullet.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame the Cougars for trying something there. It got them a spark. It ended up not paying off with points, but you bring in a different guy at quarterback. Looks like he's bigger, stronger, and faster Picks up a lot of yards for you, but
very impressive at quarterback.
You know, we've mentioned this several times already, and I'll give a shout out to a guy I played with, Coach Cox, secondary coach. They really have done a great job in the secondary.
Yeah, they have. Great coverage. Back in the wishbone for the Cats. Stacy under center. He'll turn. That's Corey Combs. Combs going to bring it up. Pickup of about 4 yards, maybe 5. And bring it up to the 39-yard line. 2nd and 5 for the Cats. 7:48 now to go. Holmes will come out. Stacy into the huddle to make the call. Cats stay in the wishbone. Sperry be the receiver to the right. Stacy will turn, give to John Carter Holland. Look out. He's got an alley and he's out of here. 40, 30, 20. Still on his feet. Nobody's stopping John Carter Holland. Out of the backfield. Made a couple people miss. Way to go, Carter. Up the sideline. He broke a tackle right around the 10-yard line. Stayed on his feet. Really looked like they were going to get him out of bounds.
Yeah, I got to say, I was surprised to see anybody catch up with him.
Wow.
I don't know if it's the socks or what. That looked like a run I've watched on those 95, 96 tapes all the time they had in the locker room when I was coming through.
I'll tell you what.
That was a good run.
He came out of the line of scrimmage like shot out of a cannon.
He's a little guy, but I believe he broke 3 tackles on that run.
7:19 to go. And that is a go time scoring drive for the Cats. Go time. Refresh, refill, and refuel. The 8 locations to serve you. Cats in the Wildcat. They give it to Corey Combs. Combs still on his feet. And we got a signal. 2-point conversion is good. So the Cats go on top. 7:19. It puts 7 more on the board. 21-7.
Both those plays were big for the Bobcats right there. It's big. We were talking earlier about trying to get the ball to some of the perimeter players, the speedy players. Haven't been able to get it to them through the air, so why not hand it to one of them and get you a big play?
Yeah.
And getting that 2-point there puts the Bobcats back up by 2 scores and 2 PATs. Looking real good right now.
I tell you what, you got to like the body language and the excitement we see on the sideline. That's something that you know, it's been a little lacking. We've not had that because we've been in some really tough games, and the Cats sitting at 2-3, looking to get a win here tonight. 7:19 to go in the third, 21-7. Cats go up by 2 scores, and they'll be kicking this one off.
You know, Rob, when I saw Combs come out and John Carter go in right there, I figured they'd come back out in the spread, but that was, again, we got to brag on Coach Moore and his versatility and play calling, put a speedy guy back there in the wishbone, and it paid off for him.
Well, you can move so many people around. It's a very versatile offense when you got that many weapons.
I really was surprised by his speed. A shot out of a cannon, I believe you said. That was the right way to say it.
He came out of there. Terry, ball on the tee. He'll get set to kick it. Puts a boot to it, and it's going to sail back around the 5-yard line. Be picked up at the 4. The young man up the middle on the carry will be tackled by Kylan Combs. Great tackle by Kylan. And that was number 18, I believe, Brett Smith on the return. Smith with a decent return. He'll get it up to about the 31. Great kick again by Braxton. Ball back around the 5-yard line. Cougars make the reception and bring it out of there. And that'll be a steak and shake first down for the Cougars as they'll take over on the 31. Steak and Shake of Hazard, famous for the great steak burgers and milkshakes. Thanks again to them for being one of our game sponsors. Holbrook now back at quarterback. And he'll give to Matthews. Matthews inside, tripped up by Tincher. Pickup of about 2 by Matthews. Maybe more than that. Pickup of about 4. Taking down 6.
Tried to spread the Bobcats out there and hit something at the middle. Good job by Tincher to keep it to a moderate game.
Cougars got a nice offensive line. I mean, they got some good size in there. Center's a big guy. Tackles are great guys. A couple of real athletic-looking guards. Cats showing blitz, and they'll give it to Matthews. And Matthews is going to be tackled right around, maybe pick up of another 2 yards. Be 3rd down and 3 for the Cats.
You said it. That's a good looking offensive line for the Cougars right there. They've been getting a pretty good push on the last couple of plays.
Ball on the 37-yard line. Holbrook puts the man in motion, and he'll give to him. Tackled again by Colin Combs up in there from the safety spot. And that is good enough for a Letcher Central 1st down. They'll move the chains. It'll be a People's Bank of Jackson 1st down for the Cougars. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. People's is ready to help you reach your dreams. 5:47 on the clock. Ball on the 43-yard line. Smith out receiver here in front of us. Ball over the head. And wow, the Cats, we just talked about capitalizing on opportunities. Combs in at quarterback. The ball goes over his head. And he was standing there looking at it.
I tell you what, I believe number 68 for our defensive line, he was barreling toward him, and I think that caught more of his attention than the football.
Waylon Abner.
Yes, he was coming, and he
was coming fast.
And it kind of looked like maybe that bigger brother that wants that Twinkie you're eating. He's going to take it whether you want to give it to him or not, and that's what he did right there.
I'm being honest. The only way I know to describe it, all Combs had to do was fall on it, and the Cats run in and pick it up. They're back in the wishbone. Give to Jaden Gibson as he'll drive it up inside.
You know, Will, Tom, that example there begs the question: were you the little brother or the big brother?
I may have stole a Twinkie or two at my time.
Oh, I love you guys. I'll tell you what, this is great. 5:09 in the 3rd. 21-7 Cats. We talked about capitalizing and making the best of your opportunities. The Cats trying to do that right now as they get a fumble recovery from the Cougars. Cats stay in the wishbone. Stacy under center. He'll turn. Give to Corey Combs. Corey dives forward for a pickup of about 3.
Playing with reckless abandon right there.
Looked like it, didn't it? We got to give some props again to those linemen that were coming in strong on Combs, and you know, he knew the ball was on the ground and he was looking at it, but you got those 3 big linemen chasing you, and the Cats able to make the fumble recovery. Waylon Abner in at guard right now. Will Sawyer Hall at the other guard. Chris Neese and Jacob Parker the line. Give to Corey Combs. Combs tries to get around the end, but he'll be tackled immediately by the Cougars. That was number 18 on the stop, Brett Smith.
This Cougar defense, you can tell they're well coached. They read and react real well whenever the Bobcats have tried to go east and west as opposed to north and south. They've responded well and not been able to pick up much like that.
So Colby Bird, Tolson, and Corey Combs come out for the Cats. And we've got John Carter, first receiver here to our right. Tincher inside of him. Far receiver is Sperry. Stacy back in the spread, and we got a whistle. Got a timeout here on our sideline with the Cats. And we'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
This begs to ask a question. Maybe we should start our own show and sit around and talk about football and tie back and play some commercials and we can tell old football stories. I mean, there's got to be a need for that in the media.
We could do it kind of like college game day. You come set up an hour or so before kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bring some old Bobcats around the talk.
Talk to some of these guys. That's true. 3:27. Cats going back to work. Stacy pitches up inside to Gibson. A little shuffle pass inside. Waylon Abner says we got a first down. Let's see what the referee says.
That's close.
Very close to the first down. See where the ball's spotted.
I like that fourth down play call, though.
I do too.
Gives you a lot of options.
It's going to be short. The referee spots the ball, and the white hat says that the Cats came up just a little short, so it'll be a turnover on downs for the Cats, and the Cougars will take it around the 23, 24-yard line, and that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Tigers as they'll kick off this series. One back to each side of Holbrook. He's back in at quarterback in the spread. And look inside. Busted play, I believe. He's looking to hand it off. He's tackled immediately by the Cats. James Ogans and Brady Tincher, two seniors in there for the Cats. Did you see the senior spotlight with Ogans? I gave you a plug on that one. Ogans is talking about being an A-gap filler. And I said, that's exactly what Eric Collins says you are when you're in the ball game at nose guard. You're there to plug that inside.
He does a good job of plugging it up and keeping those guys from getting to the second level on his linebackers.
Hogan's lined up at nose guard right now. Terry and Abner in at the tackles, and Holbrook going to throw it deep down the field. Isaac Wills Turner is there for the interception. The Bobcats capitalize on another turnover, and they pick that one off. Isaac Wills Turner, third time's the charm, baby. He's been there a couple times tonight, able to knock it down. He's looking at Coach Moore saying, Coach, leave me in on offense. Give me the ball. I want the ball, Coach. I got to come off. A good play by Isaac Wills Turner to pick that one off. You could see him eyeballing it in the air, and he got under it right at the same time as the receiver and able to come down with it.
Isaac showed off his wheels and his ball skills right there, able to get over there and get that. It looked for a second like it was going to be a big play for the Cougars, but big interception for the Bobcats.
Cougars just coming up empty on the passing game so far tonight. Really having trouble. Stacy this time, delayed handoff to Gibson. Gibson gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he's driving forward, maybe a pickup of a yard. You got half the Cougars line there hanging on.
Yeah, that's some of that want to Will Press talked about right there.
Yeah. 2:12 to go in the third quarter. You see Jaden Gibby Gibson come out of the game and Caden Bolin come in for him.
Now, we ran a play there. I believe we pulled, I couldn't tell, did we pull the guard and the tackle or just the guard on that?
I wasn't watching, probably just the guard. I'm not for sure if we pulled both of them.
To the same side we lined up on, which is a good tactic.
Up inside again for Bowling, and he's going to be brought down. A couple of Cougars on him immediately at the line of scrimmage. They're going to spot the ball. Loss of about a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 9 with 1:22 to go here in the third. Cats got to keep that life rolling after that interception. Do not want to see this drive end empty-handed.
We haven't seen a deep shot to Sperry yet. Now would maybe be a good time to do that.
I like that play call, Will Tom. Coach Moore makes the call into Stacy. Stacy sits back in the pocket. Little screen play over to Isaac Wills Turner. Stutter step. And a man makes the tackle right back at the line of scrimmage. And that is another name that we've called a couple times here tonight, Brett Smith. A very integral part of the Cougars on offense and defense. So that'll bring up 4th down for the Cats. The punt team comes on for the Cats as Terry will step back to punt the ball. He's going to be back around the 35.
the Bobcats haven't been able to capitalize on either of the turnovers here.
Yep.
But it's still been a benefit to them because look at the clock. They're up 2 scores and it's almost fourth quarter.
Exactly. Good positive out of that. Terry puts the boot to it, a high punt, and it will drop and hit a Bobcat and be picked up by, what was that? That was a punch. So Brett Smith makes the reception, and not the way you want to tell a guy to get away from you. I don't think any of the stripes seen it. Nobody's over talking to him. We do have a flag down. Maybe they did see it.
I think that.
Oh, did it? All right.
Maybe it's not a penalty anymore. Somebody got punched in the Thursday night game and nothing happened either.
So the penalty will be called on the Cougars, and that'll bring up a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars, but they're deep in Bobcat territory. Cougars and Holbrook go back to work. Cats showing blitz. Got another whistle and another flag on the play, and it'll be false start on the Cougars. So the Cougars shoot themselves in the foot deep in Bobcat territory now with their backs to the end zone. The huddle is the ball spotted on about the 12, 13-yard line. So Holbrook goes back to work for the Cougars. He'll take the snap, and he'll keep it. Now that's Combs. Combs tries to make a man miss, and Kylan Combs there to take him down. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Cats up 21-7. We'll take it to the fourth quarter after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Call the professionals at Big Blue Heating and Air. Residential and commercial, we provide HVAC and refrigeration services, including installations, replacements, and repairs. Plus, we're available 24/7 for emergencies. With over a decade of experience, we provide honest, friendly, and dependable service. And you can relax knowing your family's comfort is our top priority. Serving Montgomery, Clark, Bath, Powell, and other neighboring counties. Big Blue Heating and Air. No job too big, no job too small.
So Coach Matthews over in the huddle with the Cougars trying to talk to his troops before the fourth quarter starts here from the Riverbank in Jackson. Cougars looking for some answers. That time Coach Matthews went back to Combs in the backfield, and Combs didn't shake Kylan Combs. He's a really good runner, especially in the quarterback position. You really put him back there, you don't know if he's going to hand it off or throw it. He's got a great set of legs. He can really get down the field. Kylan Combs coming in playing smart with a great open field tackle that time and able to bring him down. So we'll flip the ends of the field to start the fourth quarter. And the ball will be just shy, maybe the 13-yard line. I believe it's on the 13. Second and long, second 15 for the Cougars.
Like Caden Boland in on defense.
Yep, Caden in to play some corner. And I think we got Combs in the backfield again for the Cougars. Got a man in motion. He'll take the snap up inside and still on his feet, but he's brought down hard by the Cats. We got a flag down. I don't know if it's on the quarterback or the defensive guy that was on the ground.
Yeah, I think the defensive guy might have held on a little too long.
Yeah, they were looking pretty hard at the QB.
There might have been a reason he was holding on then.
Could have been. So the personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct will go against the Cougars. And that'll back them up.
That could be a makeup call for the right cross they missed on that punt return.
I totally agree. So 11:47 to go here in the fourth. Cougars again with a penalty. Time it was on the QB. And we got Holbrook back in at QB for the Cougars now. He's waiting on the snap. Got Matthews behind him. He'll take the snap, give to Matthews in the backfield. Matthews. We talked about it earlier. A good patient back. He's got good vision. He really waits for the alley to open up and to get a good block. And that time he able to break it up into the middle, and he'll get it up to about the 11. They're back to about the 11-yard line. Ball just past the 10.
You know, they always talk about running backs not wanting to tiptoe.
Yeah.
There's a great difference in tiptoeing and patience.
Oh,
he has,
yeah.
He has that.
Yeah.
He does a really good job at that.
He's patient, but he's still moving. He's there's no
still running behind his
Yeah,
dad.
there's no tiptoe in Matthews. He's doing a great job. Snap back into the end zone, trying to punt it away, and he's going to run it out of there. That's Brett Smith, and he's going to he picks up the first down. Wow. So on the fake punt, they put Smith back there to punt it away. He takes it out of the end zone and picks up the first down. A People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars. Coach Combs, Shorty Combs,
I think you
irate after that one.
Yeah, I was going to say livid, but I think irate works too.
Either one.
Yeah.
Either one.
If that was a design play call, it may be one of the gutsiest ones I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he got worried when guys were coming quick, but I don't know. He tucked it pretty quick and got out of there too. We got another timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Brett Smith was the guy coming out of the end zone. I don't know if he punted earlier in the game, but that time Smith was back in the end zone, and he brought it out of there, and he brought it out of there in a hurry. He picks up the People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cougars.
I believe that's the first time that Letcher Central lined up and punt.
Is it?
Had a lot of speed.
So the ball on the 30 for the Cougars. And I think we got Holbrook back there again. And he'll double
pass.
Yeah. And the man is open again. Another bag of tricks for the Cougars, and another steak and shake first down for the Cougars. Pass was caught by Branham, young man who had the interception earlier for the Cougars. And Keyston Branham that time with a big catch.
That was an incredible pass on the run for a wide receiver to throw.
Yeah, it was.
Really good pass.
I think Quentin Williams, I believe, is the one that threw it out of there for the Cougars. This time, Holbrook going to give inside, and that's Howard. Garrett Howard going to be bowed up by Isaac Wills Turner. Pickup of looks like about 7 yards. 10-15 to go here in the fourth. Cougars trying to make the fourth quarter rather interesting. Coach Matthews and the offensive coordinator pulling it all out of the hat here in the fourth. Been a long time since I've seen that reverse pass in a high school game anyway. Quentin Williams and Howard in the backfield, each side of Holbrook. Cats showing blitz. Holbrook will give to Williams. Williams off tackle and almost breaks the tackle, but he'll be brought down, but not after another first down for the Cougars. And we got more flags all over the field. A little bit of extracurricular activities after the play. And we got number 18, Brett Smith, and I'm not sure who it was on the Cats.
This would be a good time if you're Coach Moore there to maybe call a timeout and kind of get you guys settled and refocus here. They've had a couple of big plays, a mental mistake right there.
Yep.
try to prevent giving up a score.
Personal foul on the Bobcats, and that'll walk it back even closer to the end zone for the Cougars. Ball on the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 14 to go to the end zone. Holbrook waiting on the snap. He'll get it. Give to Williams again. He's up inside. And Corey Combs and a host of other Bobcats hanging on for the tackle. And we got another flag coming in. No, it's Corey Combs.
It looked to me like he was trying to punch the ball out and cause a fumble, and I wonder if he's not going to call something on that.
The referee has signaled to throw him out of the game, and Coach Moore and Corey Combs both out there wanting an explanation. Corey still trying to talk to the referee. I don't know what the ref saw that
as the pile was going down, a Bobcat defender was trying to punch the ball out.
Okay.
To the ref, it may look like he was throwing a punch.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
I was going to say now's the time to start seeing that stuff.
Well, Will Tom, I took my glasses off, but Eric still got his on, so maybe I missed it.
Either way, at big moments, you have to keep your head. This is our second personal foul here.
Well, they're going to leave Corey in the game. So maybe he was overruled.
That's a huge break for the Bobcats, though.
So Corey stays on the field. The referee, all the refs talk it over, and Corey stays on the field. That is an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
And Corey Combs is a classy young man.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe he wasn't punching at the football.
Yeah, but if they could convince him that he was trying to punch the ball out, then what's the personal foul or unsportsmanlike?
True.
I believe that was on a gentleman on the other side of the field hit a guy late. It is 2 in a row we've had over there.
So the Cougars in business on the 3-yard line. They got Howard in the backfield besides Holbrook. Man in motion. Will be a blocking back. That time, Corey Combs says, put that.
He said, how you like that for
put that in your offensive playbook. As Combs comes streaking in on a blitz and makes a tackle on Howard in the backfield. You've seen him bring the big guy in, number 46. That's Kobe Johnson. Came in as a blocking back. He went in motion behind the line and got over to the left side. He snapped it, and Combs comes from the backside to make the tackle. Good play by Corey.
Sometimes the worst thing you can do is poke the cat with a stick.
Yeah.
He came with a
especially
vengeance
Corey.
on that play.
Yeah. Cougars still in business, 6-yard line, waiting on the snap, and they'll give it to Williams. Quentin Williams, he finds a hole up the middle, and the Cats make the tackle, but Quentin Williams is in the end zone for the Cougars. So Williams makes it into the end zone with 8:15 to go. And that is the scoring drive for the Cougars. Brought to you by Go Time. Go Time, refresh, refill, and refuel with 8 locations to keep you on the go. Yep. 8:15 on the clock, 21-13. And the place kicker for the Cougars comes in. It's no good. So the kick by Emma Adams falls short. And the Cats dodge another bullet. They're up 21-13. We missed extra point in the favor for the Cats at this point late in the ballgame.
Yeah, right now it's kind of where you wish the Bobcats had been able to capitalize on those 2 turnovers they've had and have another touchdown on the board right now. But now would be a good time to come out in the wishbone and run some of this clock off.
I definitely agree with you. Just hired you as the offensive coordinator. We'll see what Coach Combs does with the special teams play here.
Get a raise with that.
I don't
percentage based.
I don't work in payroll.
So
It's not
100% of zero, still zero, huh?
it's not any fun working in the payroll office. I don't work payroll. You have to talk to somebody higher up. Combs, Corey Combs on the sideline getting a little talk from Ricky Combs. I tell you what, good to see Ricky out here. I love to see that guy on the field. Love to talk to him. Great group of coaching here for the Cats.
You know, it was interesting. You brought up Ricky Combs. He's just one of the best people I know.
He is.
He told me something when we played Letcher Central when I was a senior, and I can't repeat it. He's a very inspirational speaker, though.
Yes. Yeah, look for the onside kick from the Cougars as they line up. They've actually pooched one here earlier tonight, and we'll see what they do here. They're going to onside kick it. Takes a good bounce and going to be handled by Caden Bowling. Wow, that was I'm surprised he held on to it. That was a hard tackle. And Bowling does a good job hanging onto the ball after he brings it down. And he had to. I mean, at that point, he had to get his hands on the ball and more of a reception than a cover on an onside like that.
I'm sure that didn't feel good, but great job on his part,
Nope.
hanging in there, holding on to that ball.
So the Steak and Shake first down for the Cats takes place from the 41-yard line. Cats back in the wishbone. And they'll give it up inside to Jaden Gibson. Gibson going to be rolled up, maybe pick up of about a yard. Maybe. Pick up of about 2. Yeah, I'll go with 2.
Scoreboard says 0 timeouts left for Letcher Central.
They used quite a few. You used them all in the first half. I thought they had at least one more. Cats go back to work from the 44-yard line. Line of the Cats look at their armbands and they get set. Stacy back in the spread, waiting on the snap. He'll turn. He'll hand it off to Isaac Wills Turner, trying to get a block. Isaac gets around the corner and he's out of bounds around the 45. Just hard to get a seal block on this side of that play. They've run it a couple times tonight, and those ends on the Bandit and Rover, I guess, on the Cougars, just able to get out there. Alignment and assignment, again, working well for the Cougars.
Yeah, one thing I don't like about that play call is you run out of bounds. I'd like to see the Bobcats run north and south and pound it at these Cougars and try and get more out here and run the spot off.
7:21 left in the game. Ball sitting on the 44-yard line. 3rd down and 8 for the Cats. Stacy getting set. He'll give to Gibson. Gibson picks up some yards. Still on his feet. He's brought down right around the 50. And not enough for the first. But at this point in the game, got to go for it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. I think
keep the ball in your hands.
Go for it. I like to tell your team, like, hey, we're going to put the ball in your hands, trust you, and go for it. But I don't know that's the call.
Where is it? Not a change of
Wildcat, I think.
Change of personnel as Tolson and Corey Combs come into the game. And looks like Letcher Central, they have to have some timeouts because they called that one. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this commercial.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Thanks again to our sponsors here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in Jiffy. Gas, groceries, and a great meat department. The law office of Darrell Harold with over 30 years of taking care of the legal needs of Breathitt County. Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts. Southern Woods Heating and Air for all your heating and cooling needs. Breathitt Automotive with owner Dustin Kilburn. All your car care and tires to keep you on the go. Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you've been injured, Dr. Howard has over 22 years of experience. Cats come out. Oh, Stacy got tripped up. They were into I formation. Stacy got tripped up. Gibson had to fall on it. I think Stacy got tripped up on his own man.
Yeah, I think so.
So the Cats got to ask some more of their defense as the Cougars get a People's Bank of Jackson first down. They'll take over on the Bobcat 47-yard line. Thanks again to Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts. Jackson Physical Therapy will get you back into the action. Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Bataville. PDQ Sales and Service, formerly Jackson Wholesale, supplying Eastern Kentucky wholesale needs. Holbrook waiting on the snap. He's got Matthews behind him. Quentin Williams in motion. Turn, give to Williams. He's gathered up by Corey Combs. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, guys, this they got the ball with 6 minutes and 37 seconds left, and to me, that kind of put the spotlight on the fact that they called a play that run it out of bounds here and stopped the clock when the Bobcats had it. And after that, they ran less than a minute off before Letcher got the ball back.
It's a great point. Clock management's a huge part of a close game like this.
Cougars go back to work. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to his right. Holbrook calls for the snap. He sits back, throws a screen play. It's caught by Smith. Smith still on his feet. Not enough for the first down. He's brought down right at the 40. We got flags everywhere. Flags coming everywhere from the referees on the field.
You know, guys, the last drive, we bit ourselves a couple of times with penalties. And you really got to be careful not to let that cost you. I mean, in moments you get angry and aggravated. And if you're not careful, that'll compound itself.
Yeah.
And just get even worse.
It makes worse. Ogans comes out of the game, and we've got Sawyer Hall in now on defense. He'll be the nose guard, I believe. Let's see what the call is from the White Hat. Cougars sure making this interesting here in the fourth quarter, 21-13. Personal foul face mask on the Bobcats.
Oh, my goodness.
So who did they eject?
I believe it's Grady Tension.
So another personal foul on the Cats.
Not sure what all happened, but I know that's 45 yards.
So we're watching the penalties add up for the Cats as we've got about 45 yards in penalties here with 3 penalties against the Cats. Face mask, an unsportsmanlike ejection, and another unsportsmanlike. With 5:45 on the clock, the Cougars.
Have we picked up one earlier in the game? I think 2 of them you're out.
Yeah, I didn't see the first one, but one of those other ones must have been on him earlier in the game. So they're going to ball sitting, from my vantage point, looks to be like 7 or 8 yard line. Is that right? 7. Snap to Holbrook. Give to Williams, and Williams going to be tackled by Braxton Terry for a loss. Colin Combs also there on the stop. Great defensive play by Braxton Terry and Colin Combs.
That was a huge play. The Bobcats needed that one badly.
Yeah.
Well, Terry really has been all over the place in the backfield today.
He's trying to shake off a little pain right now. He's looking to the sideline. Fossil 6 on the play. 2nd and 12 on the scoreboard. Holbrook gets set for the Cougars. He'll take the snap, give to Williams. Williams around the left side. And one man slips and falls, but tackled by Corey Combs. Combs makes the stop. So it'll be 3rd down. 9 or 10 yard line. Yeah, it looks like maybe the 10. So the Bobcat fans come to life here with some 3rd down thunder. 4:24 on the clock. Cougars threatening. They come up empty-handed in the red zone. Let's see what they can do here tonight. Late in the game. They've sure made it interesting. Holbrook calls for the snap. Here's the blitz. He rolls to his right, throws to the end zone. Incomplete. No flags on the play. Ball falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Cougars.
Well, have they changed the sideline rules? I thought that the teams were allowed to go past the 35, and you with the Cougars are almost to the 10, and the Bobcats are down here on the 20.
I think they moved it to the 20. The Cougars are actually down a lot farther than they should be, I think. I thought the 20 I thought was as far as you could go, but we'll have to check on that. 4:05 on the clock. Biggest play of the game right here for the Cougars. 4th and 8. Looking at the end zone. Holbrook waits on the snap. Takes the snap, sets back, rolls to his left. Looking at the short side of the field, throws across the middle. It is caught in the end zone. Signal from the referee is a touchdown.
Big 2-point conversion.
That's a huge play.
Wow, huge play by the Cougars.
You don't usually see right-handed quarterback rolling
roll to his left. Yeah,
the ball like that. Was a great throw.
The ball came back across the middle of the field. I did not see the receiver. I don't know who made the catch. Made it falling into the end zone. And 3:56 on the clock. It'll make it 21-19. Cougars will go for 2. Thanks again to our sponsors, Lakeside Homes. If you're looking for a new home, be sure and stop by Lakeside Homes. Stop by and see Scott for all your electrical, plumbing, heating, and septic needs. At Jackson Electric. Holbrook waiting on the snap. Back in the spread. He's got Williams back there with him. He rolls to his right, looks across the middle, throws back left. And Williams pass is incomplete. The Bobcats defensively make a tremendous stop on the 2-point conversion with 3:56 on the clock. Cats are up to 21-19. Wow. I didn't know if he came down with it or if we came down with it.
I think he caught it, and we tackled him short.
Yeah.
Great coverage zone.
Yeah.
You know, guys, I'd say we're going to start sounding like a broken record here, at least one that's on repeat. But what a good time to line up in the wishbone and run the clock off.
Did you say run the wishbone?
I think I did.
And 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Like it's a Twinkie.
Man, he's working on that. he's working on that pay raise, folks. I tell you. Thanks again to Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies, family pharmacy, and hometown pharmacy, proud supporters of the Bobcats. Chuck Price and Seth Holland over at Breathitt County Farm Bureau. They are big on Breathitt County. ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia. Law offices of David A. Johnson with offices in Hazard and Jackson. Citizens Bank and Trust serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Once again, we may be looking at a pooch kick or onside kick. It goes to 10 yards and going to be covered by Caden Bowling again. Bowling still on his feet up to about the 48-yard line, maybe the 49. And that'll be a go time, 1st down for the Cats. Go time, refresh, refill, and refuel. Cats will start off on the 49-yard line. Seems like the clock is not moving at all. It's at 3:50 something the last 5 minutes. Stacy back at quarterback. He will give up inside to Corey Combs. Combs gets across the 50 over to the other 49 of the Cougars.
You know, I like to play call, obviously run the ball. I like to see them give it to his guys where they can run north and south, you know, and kind of hit the hole with a little bit of head of steam.
Right. For all your HVAC needs, give Big Blue Heating and Air a call. Contractors serving Central and Eastern Kentucky. YPK Motorsports locations in Jackson, Hazard, and Paintsville. In-stock machines ready for your next outdoor adventure. Stacy waiting on the snap. He turns, gives to Combs again. Combs gets a block from Waylon Abner, and Combs will bring it up to
46.
Thank you, Mr. Producer. I told you we got some new toys to play with here in the box. What was that again? The what?
46-yard line.
Oh, that's too. At least he didn't do it to me when I was reading the sponsors. He'll do that next week. Offense gets set for the Cats. Stacy takes the snap. Give to Gibson. Gibson up in the middle. And he'll bring it up maybe to the 44.
Now, here's a question to ask. In this situation, you know, being 3 yards, do you still go for it? The time being so short, giving them only 50 yards to go, or do you go ahead and kick it?
You got to have a lot of confidence in your defense. Defensively, we've played rather well all night.
Right.
You know, we've been there when we needed to, especially. I don't know. Right here, 4th and 3. That's a good question. You know, difficult. If you were 10 yards farther into Cougar territory, it makes the decision a little easier.
Yes.
The ball is sitting just shy of the 45. The Cougars would have excellent field position if you don't get the first down.
It looks like offense is going to stay on the field.
Coach Moore makes the call from the sideline during the timeout. Thanks again to Double Quick coming on as a sponsor here for Bobcat coverage on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Sign up for Double Quick rewards today. Earn 10 points per gallon of gas purchased and 20 points per dollar on most items purchased in our stores.
You give them the hard count here so you can't get somebody to jump.
That's another option.
It's a great call.
Stacy goes to work, tries the hard count, and the defense for the Cougars stands tall, and that'll be a timeout on the field as the punt team comes onto the field. Timeout will be charged to the Cats. We'll keep it here. Thanks to People's Bank of Jackson again, and Go Time and Steak and Shake for sponsoring all of our first downs and scoring plays here tonight on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
You know, one thing to keep in mind when we're just discussing whether or not you trust your defense or not, you are missing your bandit, Brady Tincher, phenomenal defensive player that set that edge for you all night.
You're right, exactly right. Be interesting to see how they, personnel-wise, how they make up for that and who they bring in at that position. Coach Combs in the huddle with the punt team. Yeah, Letcher is out of timeouts. Cats still showing one on the board. The referee made sure that Coach Moore knew that too. They got one timeout. Kylan Combs will be the long snapper. Terry will be standing back around the 44-yard line to punt this one away for the Cats. Need a good punt here by Terry. Calls for the snap. It is good, and a good kick by Terry. Great kick. Going to be fielded and dropped. And a good, oh, wow, we needed that one. And we get another flag. Colin Combs stood up and held his hands back to say, hey, I'm not guilty. And we get a flag. I didn't, yeah, it's out there.
What a great special teams play.
Yeah, great kick and great coverage.
Bobcats are signaling it's on the Cougars.
Combs comes in to make the tackle. Great kick by Terry. Sawyer Hall going to come in.
Oh,
so the penalty will go against the Cougars. Personal foul on Letcher Central. So that'll back them up with their backs to the end zone. 1:56 to go in the game. 21-19. What a game we've had here in the fourth quarter. The Cougars have really made this interesting here in the second half. And the defense gets set. Holbrook back for the Cougars. Empty backfield. He'll look to the air. Barnett gets to the other side of the field to make the coverage. Throw across the middle is caught by Smith. Smith with a catch. He'll pick up the first down up around the 20-yard line. And Letcher Central got to use the clock. They get set quick. They're waiting on the whistle. The white hat in there telling them to slow down. Defense is set. Holbrook sets. Throws across the middle again. It's caught. Up around the 40. That's Quentin Williams. Here come the Cougars.
Was they using timeout here to let your defense get set?
I was just thinking that.
Referee spots the ball. Defense set.
Good call.
And we get the timeout from Coach Moore on the sideline with 1:36. Cougars with two big first downs. And they'll keep it here during the timeout thanks to our sponsors. Folks, we've got a heck of a ball game here from the Riverbank. Cougars have really made this interesting in the second half. 21-19. The failed two-point conversion is all that's keeping us from a tie game right now. And the Cougars trying to march it down the field here in a 2-minute drill.
You know, I'm not sure what my cousin's microphone's connected to, but every time Eric says something, they do it almost immediately after he says it.
It seems that way.
I know. That was a great call, though. I mean, they really were rolling, and you need to get that lead and stop as fast as you can.
I think we got to give Ty back a raise tonight after this new soundboard he's got.
Eric, I thought he wasn't in payroll.
That's what he said.
I can still voice my opinion. He might not get anywhere. So the Cougars pick up another People's Bank of Jackson first down, and they're going back to work from the 41-yard line. 1:36 on the clock. Holbrook will stand back, throws towards the sideline, and it's caught out of bounds. Before he goes out of bounds, it's caught. That's Quentin Williams. Pickup of about 6 yards. The 2nd and 4.
The Letcher Central's quarterback's doing a really good job standing in there with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he has.
These passes.
Yeah, he's delivered some good passes here on this drive to the preview.
Holbrook, empty backfield, freshman quarterback, calls for the snap. He'll roll to his right. Looks across midfield, knocked down. Colin Combs breaking on the ball, knocks it down, and it falls incomplete.
That's a good job reading that play and reacting to the ball by Colin.
It sure was.
Terry going to come off the field. Coach Combs checking out his elbow. Got Braylon Thomas in at nose guard. Tolson, Abner, Sawyer Hall, Barnett, Combs. Make up that front defense. Holbrook throws quickly. Brett Smith caught, and he'll get the first down out of bounds. We got another flag.
One of the things that's hurting the Bobcats is that we can't get them down in bounds.
Yeah.
That would run off a ton of time if we could get a couple
Exactly.
tackles in bounds.
Still 1:20 on the clock. 21-19.
Big penalty here.
So the penalty against the Cats. And that'll be at People's Bank of Jackson. First down for the Cougars as the penalty brings up the first down. And that'll march it back. Ball on the 34-yard line. Holbrook. Cats showing blitz. Holbrook going to sit back, throw across the middle again. He's got a man open. It's Clinton Williams. Williams breaks the tackle and brought down right around the 10-yard line. So another big pickup by Letcher Central. Cougars with another steak and shake first down. Holbrook goes right back to work. Sits back, rolls to his left, looking for the end zone, dances around, hit out of bounds.
That was a pretty good shot.
Yeah. So loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 for the Cougars.
And I think Jason Tosin introduced himself to
Yeah, he did.
Holbrook right there.
Yeah. Hello. Somewhere in there around the 12-yard line, I believe. That's what it looks like from here.
They're going to roll. They're going to roll to the trip. So they've been doing that all night.
They got trips to the right. Holbrook takes the snap, looks right, and he goes left. Going to the end zone, throws across the middle. Yeah. Ball is tipped off the hands of a defender into the arms of an awaiting Cougar offensive player. And we got another flag on the field. The ball was tipped by a defender, and it went into the arms of the Cougars in the end zone. Sideline warning for the Cougars. Touchdown is good. That's 21-25. Cougars take the lead. Cougars line up to go to work. Looking to go for the 2-point conversion. Holbrook puts a man in motion, and he's going to keep it himself. He's still on his feet. Finally brought down. 2-point conversion will be no good. But the Cougars, for the first time in the game, take the lead 25-21. 51 seconds left on the clock.
That's still a lot of time.
It is still a lot of time.
Yeah, but Bobcats have a lot of explosive offensive players. So
neither team with a timeout left. So Coach Moore has got to use the sideline and the first downs to help his clock situation.
This would also be a huge time for a big return.
It could be. John Carter Holland, very, very capable of that. Also, Isaac Wheels Turner as a return man for the Cats. Got to believe that the Cougars are probably going to do the same thing they've done all night, but they're lining up right now as they did earlier in that onside kick formation. The young man takes about a 6-yard walk back from the ball. Hands team up front for the Cats, just in case. And the ball will go over right into the middle, picked up, I believe that's by Eli Crisp, I believe.
Yes, it is.
46 seconds on the clock. The steak and shake first down for the Cats will take place on the 49-yard line in their own territory. 49-yard line, 46 seconds on the clock. No timeouts on the clock. Stacy, quarterback. Spurry and Isaac Wheels Turner on this side of the field. Stacy sits back, looks to throw. He's going to run it out of there and fight for the ball, and John Carter Holland comes up with it. Tackled out of bounds.
We talk about want to. That's what that was right there.
Yeah, that's what that was. 37 seconds on the clock. Pickup of about 2 yards. John Carter will come out. I believe he's got a nosebleed. Stacy set. Terry and Watkins, I believe, the receivers on this side. Stacy sits back, looks to throw. Rolls out to his left. Throws across the middle. Caught by Braxton Terry. First down for the Cats. Got to get the ball set.
I thought that
People's Bank of Jackson. First down, 34 seconds. Waiting on a whistle. Got to get the down marker set. Referee's back out. And Stacy will spike the ball to stop the clock. 33 seconds.
I didn't know you could spike it out of the shotgun. Yes, you can.
I guess you can.
Is that gentleman, does he not play D tackle?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's been in the backfield. He's kicked great.
And he's the kicker and
That's
punter.
an impressive play by him.
He's got a good set of legs on him. Caden Boland into the game for Corey Watkins. Sperry and Isaac Wheels Turner to our side here in front of us. Terry and Caden Boland to the far side. And we got a flag. And we got a flag on the play, and it'll be offsides on the offensive line. I'll start. 33 seconds. The Cats get a mental mistake, and they will reset from the 37-yard line. Stacy takes the snap, sits back. Plenty of time to throw. He goes down the sideline. Caught by Sperry, and he's out of bounds. Ball was caught, but they'll say he was out of bounds when he made the catch. The clock is stopped. So on third down and long, the Cats go back to work. 26 seconds on the clock. Down 4 points, 25-21 to the Cougars. Stacy barking out instructions, and we got a whistle. Referee, the back judge on the sideline on the Letcher, is talking to the white hat. So they finally make a decision and blow the whistle. Stacy waits on the snap. He gets it, sits back, looks down the field. He throws short to Gibson. Gibson shakes, makes a man miss, and he's up to about the 30-yard line. Fourth down, 9 seconds on the clock. Stacy calls the play, 6 seconds. This is it. Sits back in the pocket, goes to the end zone. Got a man back there. Can't make the catch. Ball falls incomplete. And that'll bring us to the end of the game. And the Cougars come to the riverbank and take one away from the Bobcats, 25-21. We'll take a quick break and go to commercial, and we'll be back after this message.
YPK Motorsports is excited to help you experience the fun and adventure a quality Yamaha, Polaris, or Kawasaki vehicle can bring to your life. Now with 4 locations, YPK invites you to see our great selection of ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more. Come visit us in Jackson, Hazard, or Paintsville, or online at ypkmotorsports.com.
I started at Double Quick as an associate when I was still in high school, and I quickly realized that there was a career in front of me.
Whenever I was a store manager, I graduated college and I expected to leave about a year after graduation. I knew that this was a place that I could continue to grow, I could continue to be challenged both personally and professionally, and that's the reason that I'm still here today.
Start your career today at Double Quick.
Apply at doublequick.com and start your career today.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
We are back from the Riverbank Bluegrass Sports Nation, bringing you the coverage here tonight. The Cougars come to town, and they'll go away victorious tonight, 25-21 over the Bobcats. What a game. The fourth quarter, I think we talked about it earlier. If you were scoring it like a boxing match, the Cougars definitely win in the second quarter of the game, and they came out and made this very interesting here to close this one out. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Eric, nice to have you with us here as always. Great to have Will Tom with us here tonight, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Means a lot. Good to see you back at home. Folks, Bluegrass Sports Nation, 25-21, Cougars over the Cats. That'll do it for us here tonight. Catch us next week on BSN for the Kyle Moore Show. We'll see you then.